no, I'm not wrong. The children are wrong. Welcome to another session of Stories from the Multiverse. And there we go. All right, there's the intro. Look at that. Wow, tell your story. Can't wait. This got put on the shelf. That'll be ready next year. Plenty of things, big visions. Someday it'll all come together. Okay, so what happened last time on Stories from the Multiverse? What happened? You guys tell me. Catch up.
We were in
your friends.
We were in Last Star.
Sure, still are. Thankfully, that's the good news.
So first we went to the Dunamancy College from the western
did.
side.
Yep.
And then we met Sir Merrick, who
Eastern side.
guided us to Headmaster Azurin.
Yep.
Bailey was super whack the whole time. She might have ditched school, maybe. I don't know.
Ooh, that's a plot thread.
There was a person called Baron Delacroix Carp.
Yep.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yep. Delacroix Carp.
Delacroix. He's apparently a very influential wizard who somehow upset the headmaster. He is also on the Starry Council, if I recall correctly. Is that correct? Okay. Apparently, there's some kind of a political drama happening right now in the city of Last Star that we are, from what I remember from the first half of the section, not privy to just yet. Okay, good. That's still true. And then after that, we headed into the office of the head magic of the Dunamancy College in Last Star. The lady, the myth, the legend, Ashen Azurn herself. That office was like super magic, by the way. It had like windows that like looked into other planes of existence and like all kinds of bits and bobs, and it was crazy. Bailey very poorly explained her absence. That's what I wrote down in my notes. She checked out our marks that the diamond left on us and relieved us of that curse, so that's rad.
Oh yeah, it turns out touching objects of the Herald, they've got curses on them, so that if people touch them, you're marked and can be easily identified.
Who knew the Heralds were so petty?
What do the marks do?
Petty?
They kind of put a little bit of a target on your back that you were exposed to the Heralds in some way.
It's kind of like the thing, like, if somebody can see this, they're powerful enough to have been associated with the Heralds in some way, and they know that you touched that item.
Or we ain't shit.
Or
Or
they're powerful enough, you said, to be friends with the Heralds.
well,
There's
yeah, to also be
side.
a Herald, I guess. I felt like
They're powerful
is that
enough
what you're
to
saying?
be a threat to the Herald.
Oh, it's see, that's why I said it was petty, because it's actually just like Bologna being like, "Hey, you touched my shit. Why'd you do that?"
It's not necessarily that.
That's what it feels like.
More like if we showed back up to somebody at the same level of Tasha, they'd be like, "You've met a Herald." And you'd be like, "I swear, we didn't meet a Herald." And it's like, "You're fucking lying. I see the mark on your hand."
What's going
and you're
on?
like, "I swear we did it." And it's like, "You're gonna take me to the Herald or I'll kill your family."
It's like that kind of situation. And the last note that I have was somebody busting in, complaining about the council's decision.
Lightweaver.
What was that name?
Talia Lightweaver.
Kalia Lightweaver. That's a fantastic name, by the way.
Wow, thanks. I made it myself. I really did.
She was upset about this political drama, and she was like, "Yo, we gotta tell the people." Because there's apparently some sort of secret that the Council of Last Star and the head mages all know, but they aren't telling the general public at this time.
We need to give the information back to the people.
Is that Bane? I'm glad he's here.
Oh wait, you did give us a name for the tavern. Ha!
No! What'd I say it was?
A placeholder.
Divine Tastes.
Ah, I did do that. Don't worry.
That's nice.
Yeah, that should be the name.
No. So there was the tavern, and
Fuck.
then there's the place we were staying.
Right, those are two different things.
Oh, that was in the one that I have the name for and never looked up
You
because
didn't have the name for
The apartments in the art district.
All right.
Those are different.
Now I got two things and
You said it was something like passing through or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through my notes while you guys talk. Keep recapping for everybody.
And then
Ashen removed the curse because she was one of the ones that helped put them there with the Herald of the
Raven Queen.
Raven Queen. So we got those marks off of us, and then we had a little bit of conversation. She probed us a bit for about what had been going on, and like confirmed Bailey's story. And then we told her about the thing that was supposed to, that we saw in the, we thought there might be a dragon or something in the mountains. And then Iki showed up and caused a little chaos for Ashen and made her
he
even
showed up
more
again?
stressed. He showed up, no, like he showed up in the meeting is what I'm saying.
Oh, fun.
You were there for that, weren't you?
Was I?
I don't know. Maybe
I'm
not.
not sure.
Before that happened.
Oh. Yeah, he showed up in the meeting and it was like, aha, before we could say the name, before Faith said the name of the dragon. And
Oh,
then
that's hilarious.
Ashen was like about to, like, it was like, all right, we'll talk about this later. And they made
boy.
plans.
Oh, boy.
She mentioned that she has dealt with Iki before.
Yes, she knows Iki.
Everyone knows Iki.
Of course.
According to Iki.
You start to get that feeling, don't you?
To meet every person in the world. He just pops into their homes.
And then as we were leaving, Talia waited for us and was just like, hey, I want you to go here tonight, and you might hear something, and if you tell people, that's your prerogative. And like, we want the public to know these super secret things, but the council is holding us back from doing so as
Basically,
of yet.
she wants us to overhear,
Be a spy.
which is spy. Yeah.
No, we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to be passing by. You know,
I was born for this.
might happen to hear a few things or two, and that's it.
I was not born for this.
I was born for this.
Oh shit! Oh!
Plank,
He's just
plank,
falling
plank.
on two
Are we gonna
steps.
have one of those situations we were just talking about in the chat?
All right, so this is what's happening, Anfirth. You don't get to come tonight. Oh.
Just stay and watch.
We ended up going over to the Chronomancy College because I wanted to meet up with one of my friends.
Yeah. And someone was very bold in their assumption that they can do whatever they want in the D&D world. Everything's waiting
I wanted to
on
say
his
hi to my
time.
friend, and then Reed so rudely sent her across the continent.
Instead, we met a goofy goober.
And then the I don't even know what you'd call them. The receptionist person, wizard of the Chronomancy College is a weird dude.
Kind of like a OA.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we went back to the apartments. We got everything set up with that.
They got real
I believe-
weirded out. You missed the golden one.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good.
I think we paid for like a week or so to stay at the moment,
Yep.
just for like a cushion.
Everybody has rooms except for Bailey and Sho. You have your own places because you live here.
Yes.
Right.
And then after Zach left, we ended up running out to the mining district to meet with an enchanter.
Ooh.
I passed him my goggles to get those repaired,
Well, yeah.
so those will be done in a few days.
Yep, definitely.
Is this the same shop that we have, the little kettle?
Nope.
No,
Or is this a
No.
different place?
Nope.
Steelbeard.
The Little Kettle is an
clear
enchantment
that.
shop in the arts district that we stayed clear of.
They
we went
want
to.
nothing to do
It's
with
called.
that.
It's
Why not?
it's run
Fuck
by a
if I
dwarf
know.
named Steelbeard, and he's a very ingenuitive with his names. His shop is named I Do Enchantments.
I love it.
I like that.
Out in the mining district, and
He's
then
probably good at it.
I think. Let's see. Annafirth is asking him some stuff. I wasn't really paying attention. He did ask us that if we ever in the Desolate Expanse, he'd like us to find some glowstone and glow powder.
Yes.
And then we made our way towards the tavern that Show recommended to us.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Near
I
the
remember
College
that.
of Divination.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
It's
that,
called
yeah.
Divine Taste.
See, it all comes together.
There we
And
go.
so that was where we were going to kind of meet up before discussing whether or not we do the thing Talia wants us
And
to
then
do.
Ganu and Anifirth found some Fire Ganassi to play.
Oh yeah, they were playing.
And a human.
Nice.
They were playing games and making friends.
Yeah.
So how much are you betting? How much do you want to bet overall? We're not going to go blow by blow again, but you got to play your dice rolling game. What do you want? Gold piece wise.
15 gold.
15 gold.
I'll match Ann first. I'll do 15.
They'll match you guys because they're rich little mage kids. All right, everybody go ahead and roll d20. Highest number takes it all. Oh, what a night. What a night to start. What do you got?
15.
15. I got a 7, a 14, and a natural 20, bitches.
Wow.
Give me that
that's perfect for you.
15 gold. This is a change. New read, new me. We're in last star.
2022, baby.
Let's go. The one that never played before just won. The other two, Fire Ganassi, look and they're like, you said you didn't know how to play this game. And just like, beginner's luck. And they're like,
Oh, I'm gonna start celebrating for him. Be like,
No, guys,
like,
first
give him a
time.
big
First
five.
time. First time.
you see the two of them give a look like, we don't do that shit here. You quiet. We're civilized.
Oh,
But they're definitely, there's a little that's still inside. They're like, yeah, but like you're right. But like you can take the excitement out of the area, or the first time out of the area, but you can't take it out of us.
Take the Ganassi out of Rumble, but you can't take the Rumble out of the Ganassi.
Thank you.
There it is.
Thank
It's
you.
in there.
All right. So, that's happening. The entire group is now finally meeting up at this tavern. Show is there. Bailey, Jock, Autumn, Show, Matthias.
On there
Good
twice.
gang.
Nice.
You're there twice. I had to make sure
Sick.
because you were on NPC and PC mode. So now you're just on PC mode. All right. So what are you guys doing? What are you talking about? What do you want to do?
Is this the place that we have to hear the thing?
Here.
No, this is a bar where we agreed to meet up
Yeah.
because we weren't sure if we wanted to do it or not.
So as you enter Divine Taste, you notice that the bar itself is run by a strange looking creature. Immediately you seem taken back by this large hulking green long-limbed creature, long curly nails, but well put together. They have a wonderful aroma about them, and despite their ghastly like look initially, they are wearing fancy clothing and robes, and they are out and about around their own establishment. Show, you know that this tavern is owned by Kodreg and
Oh, yes, Kodreg.
his son Strat, both of whom are members of a tribe of trolls called the Wanderers. The Wanderers are tasked with setting out into the world to share their goodwill and abilities with the world to prove that not all trolls are bad. Their tribe was gifted with the blessings of intelligence from Quartula. Once they find a place they can do good, they settle down for life and do their best to help a community.
Yeah, they're actually really cool.
What?
It's kind of like a divine cause for a divine bar. Am I right?
That was a terrible joke, Show.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
And it's around the College of Divination too. It's all just one big circle, really.
Oh my
It's a
gosh.
triple entendre.
Yeah.
Too powerful.
There is a shrine of Quartula in here if anybody ever wants to worship.
Nah.
All right, your guys lost. I mean,
It's a very modest, small one. There's actual like entire things dedicated in different places.
I have enough things to sell my soul to.
What's their special drink they have here?
Their special drink they have here. They
Troll's
have Emerald Angel Chardonnay.
Ooh.
An imported wine with flavors that are powerful and full. Bottle price, 4 gold pieces. Glass price, 1 gold piece.
Wow.
Just get the bottle. Just get the bottle.
Mhm.
Get the value.
Get the bottle service, dude.
Absolutely. I will pay for that bottle for the folks.
All right. Well, that is their go-to. So you find yourselves a table, and the son comes over to you. Much smaller than his father, who is fucking huge. He's a fully grown troll. This is only a mid-teen rather troll that has a little like waiter stuff, and he's doing his best, and he's got a very interesting accent that I can't do, but you can imagine, because it's something weird dialect between troll and common. But the common has been ironed out really darn well, and you can hear the senses of like something used to be there, and it's not completely erased, but it sounds right. But if you really focus, you can hear traces of whatever the accent once was. Gives you the Emerald Angel Chardonnay, and also hands you out the menus. Can I just give them this? Is there a way for me to... I could just do it this way, right? Yeah, so I will send you just this much. There you go. You get this much of the menu. Where did my snipping tool go? Snip, snip. That's what the doctor
We don't get the full menu.
No, you don't
Just a
need it.
snippet.
Is this
There's
wine
too
green,
much.
or is it just named Emerald?
It's actually it looks like if you melted down an emerald, that's what the liquid substance would be. It's part of the show. And the very
Whoa.
and the very
Will be soon.
and the very Luke understanding of it, they definitely do some food coloring. I can hear the material science oozing out
If
of
you melt
you.
the crystal, you're gonna lose all the
Figment. Yep. Yeah.
He's like, nope, doesn't
Yeah,
work like
that's
that.
that's why there is food coloring, and that's why I'm sure you asked.
it's magic.
And you don't have to melt it. You can always just crush it, right?
There
That's
are
true.
options, and the crushed rocks on the inside could be helping with the coloring. I mean, it's our imagination.
This menu
It's our
is
world. We're just living in it.
making me very hungry.
They put a nice like crushed emerald rim on the glass.
They do
Like
indeed.
salt.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Except they're like
For wine?
They're like just don't. It
Why
doesn't
not?
Special.
magic. It's a special.
That's what makes it special.
Sure.
It's actually gummies. This is a really girly, fruity drink, and it's delicious.
Bailey's loving it.
Bailey's already 10 in.
When I see gummy,
Oh,
I think of somebody who enjoys a nice Chardonnay.
It's huge hand
Yeah.
and tiny gloves.
They actually would have accommodatingly large glasses because it's a troll establishment. So
That's true.
you actually, each of you are given appropriately sized glasses for each of you. It appears super judgmental, but you're not even mad because it is exactly the size you want.
Nice. Y'all want to split some frog stew?
Yeah,
Right.
it's a nice cross between chicken and, well, it's
It
basically
does-
like chicken.
Yeah,
really.
it tastes like chicken.
It basically is chicken. Yeah.
People get freaked out by it. It tastes like chicken. Nothing special.
You guys ever had frog before?
I have not.
Can't say I have.
First time.
All right.
So the waiter brings on over a frog stew after you guys. It's only 3 silver pieces to throw that in.
Easy.
Everything is the more expensive on the list because you're in a college town at the college premier bar. So whatever that other price is, don't worry about it. I think that's like if you're in a poor town and you want to feel bad for your PCs, don't fucking look at that. Don't feel entitled. You're not getting ripped off. That's the price. Maybe you can think about that as a taste. You can taste it for the smaller price.
Jeez.
The appetizer price.
So they come over to, with the frog stew, give a bowl to everybody at the table. And the stew itself is, instead of green like you might expect, it is that very khaki porridge-looking texture to it. But there's like that extra, like, with the mushrooms floating on top of it. And the radishes bring out this like this redness to it in different spots that give it a much richer texture, full of something that resembles like home cooked meals of the past. One of those big like soups that your mom might have either like put into the oven, baked, so you get a layer of cheese over the top of it, and then bring it out. And then you would break through the surface. That's very much what you're getting with the frog stew.
It's very tasty.
It's like borscht with swamp chicken.
Do we get bread to dip in?
Of course, that the bread's at every table. That's complimentary. No crayons to draw on, though. This is an establishment.
Well, I'm thoroughly enjoying this meal. However, we probably should discuss whether or not we want to do the eavesdropping.
Spy on the council, right.
I mean, I was gonna try and say it in a not so obvious way,
Here's
but
what it
you
is.
know.
I mean, she did say that we have free reign to share the information or not. It's not something that she's, going to. At least from when I spoke to her, it didn't really seem like she was going to tell everybody that we're doing this. So we can keep the knowledge to ourselves. I don't mind walking by. I mean, if we just shouldn't get ourselves into any kind of precarious situation where
I don't know if it's gonna be like a walking by kind of thing. Because I'm pretty sure like the Star Court and that they're kind of in like a protected area. It'd be kind of like trying to walk into the governor's house at Ashaya. Like, it's not like you can just walk in. You can't just walk into that district, that area of the district.
You're
really.
saying one does not simply walk into the Starry Court?
That is precisely what I'm saying.
All right.
Well, we gotta do the job.
I, for one, have learned nothing, and my curiosity is still my driving force.
That hasn't bit us in the butt before.
No. Totally not our fault.
I mean, it feels like this is dipping our hands into something we shouldn't really be dipping our hands into, if I'm being honest, guys.
We were tasked by a master wizard to do this job.
Oh boy.
I mean, that Talia lady, I don't think she was necessarily a master wizard. I think she was just like I think she was like a senior in school. Like,
she graduated from each school, every single one of them.
Yeah, I would say Agent Azurin is a master wizard.
Well,
Talia
Ashen wasn't the one that asked us to do this. It was Talia.
I know that. That. I'm saying it's a comparison. Talia is just some schmuck in comparison.
I don't see there's any reason that we can't just meet her there. I mean, if there's some kind of weird thing that we don't want to do when we get there, we could bail.
Yeah, I have no issues with selling her out.
Unless
completely.
Said,
just,
whoa.
If she gets into trouble, we just, I don't know this lady, I was just walking by. Or
we do the double agent thing, right? We were undercover for
we
that.
arrest her. Yeah.
Yeah. Citizen's arrest, right?
It was very clever.
I don't think
school.
Last Star has a citizen's arrest type doctrine, if I'm being honest.
You don't live here. I live here. I know the rules.
Does he know the rules?
When Sho says you don't live here to Faith, Manfred just puts his hand on Faith's shoulder and just gives her a power.
There's like a moment where it's like I want to say something.
Faith, you gotta ask yourself a fundamental question. Do you believe that the folks in this town deserve to know what they need to know? Or should the information just be hoarded by those in power?
Well, even before we decide that, she just told us to listen and decide what to do ourselves. So we don't even have to do anything. We can just learn
This
ourselves.
is true.
Which I'm curious.
This is
So
true.
We can just go to whet our own curiosity, and then if we feel like letting other people know, we can. I
Yeah.
think we should do it because number one, sounds fun. Number two, I'm curious. Number
All right.
three, sounds fun.
All right, look, I understand the curiosity angle. I like it. It does sound intriguing, but I think we need to at least weigh the risk of being there and getting caught.
I agree. I will say, it did sound like Grandmaster Azurin wanted the public to know.
That's the only reason I'm even considering this, is because she
Right.
seemed to be of the opinion that the public should know.
Yeah.
We can use the fact that the city's leadership is currently divided about the situation to our advantage should we stumble into trouble.
I
What are you
don't think
suggesting?
I don't think blackmailing the
I'm
most
not saying
powerful
blackmail.
mages in the world is a very
I'm
great
not
idea.
saying blackmail. I'm just saying, hey, isn't this the
Blackmail.
right thing to do? That's awfully bold of you to assume. What did I say something that meant blackmail?
It kind of sounded like you were implying that's what the course was going to be.
I said use our friends to our advantage is all I was saying.
That sounds like a euphemism to me.
I agree. Matthias has said some questionable things in the past.
Never. I would never.
Everybody gets a D10 inspiration for the most charactery conversation I've heard all campaign. Everybody has just hit everything that their character is. It's
yeah.
holy shit. That was very satisfying.
Was it the blackmail?
It was not just a blackmail. No, everybody nailed everything. There was like 18 layers that most of you don't understand, that since I know everyone's backstory, just was like, oh my god. Oh, this is beautiful.
Nice job, guys. We did it. We won D&D.
I think you
Well
did.
done, lads.
I don't
Alright,
think
we're ahead for the night, so I guess I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
I don't know how it gets
know.
better. Wow.
So, should we throw it up to a vote again? Decide what to do? It sounds like this is
It
kind of a
sounds like the
time-sensitive
majority
matter.
want to go for it. We still have a few hours. She said she wanted to meet us outside the park a few hours after sundown.
So let's
So-
get completely wasted. No, that's a
I-
joke.
I
That's
think
a joke.
the bigger issue is going to be whether we release the information. I think pretty easy, just do it.
You guys keep saying that like it's an easy thing to just walk in there.
No, I'm not saying it's going to be easy to do. I'm saying it's easy to decide that we should do it.
I think that we should go and talk to her, because we're going to go there. She's going to be there, presumably right outside of, the public area.
Yeah.
Talk to her and try to understand what she's trying to do exactly. I mean, she may have an easy way to get in that nobody's going to be able to detect. I mean, who knows? Obviously, there's Grandmaster wizards and whatnot, but we talk to her and maybe we'll feel more comfortable after talking to her. We can reconvene and talk about that. And again, with what Ganu was saying, I mean, if it seems easy enough and we won't get caught, I have no issue just doing it and then talking later and discussing whether we want to reveal it to everybody or not.
I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Sounds good to
think
me.
the people who were against it getting released would be upset with possibly Headmaster Azurin about people finding out, or suspect that she was?
I mean, they probably would suspect her. She could probably clear her name pretty easily because she wasn't involved in it.
She kind of
It's-
built
it-
this city.
It kind of
gonna
seems like
say.
that Talia lady is going off on her own accord. So I
Well,
don't think I
40
think they'll
hours.
probably suspect her because she outright told us she wanted the information to be released, but she was following protocol.
Well, if we are to make that vote later, if we do, do what we said we were going to, if somebody votes against sharing the information, would we just have a straight vote, or would we take
Well,
one
he's-
no as a
You're
veto?
saying we need unanimous.
I think it has to be unanimous.
Ooh. That's a tough one.
Yeah, hopefully this information won't be too earth-shattering and important.
All right, Mr. Blackmail.
I didn't say a thing.
Let's get a
Hopefully, I
move on.
can't make too much money in power.
Well, we still have like four.
Steamy.
We still have like 4 hours before our proposed meeting time. We were gonna chill and have a nice evening first.
You don't have to have a nice evening. There's
I'm enjoying
We're
that frog stew.
We're gonna
have
have
to
an
have a nice
anxiety-inducing evening if you like it or not. Okay.
We have not had a great, relaxing, nice evening in a long time.
It's true, the road has been
Boo.
arduous.
That
more
is definitely
tragedy. More tragedy.
Release
Actually-
another god!
I did have a question for you, show. I was wondering if you, or Bailey actually,
Yeah.
if either of you recognize the name Morgana of the Featherwind?
24 history check.
Sounds cool. I want to also
It's a fat
roll
24.
history.
That is a fat 24.
Not even. Nope. 6.
Something to do with Merlin and King Arthur, maybe?
No, it's not Morgana, it's Morgiana.
Oh,
Ah,
Or
I'm
Morgiana.
I'm pretty sure that's still how it's
That's
spelled.
yeah.
It's not trademarked. It's free. No name, free game.
I can tell you exactly where I got that name, Reed.
Looking through my notes right now. That was definitely on my fucking hours of prep.
Your radar for tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, you can DM whatever this is to me real quick. I'm just scrolling through your backstory like all the bold names here, and seems to be a missing bold name.
I'm gonna go see if they have any local ale.
There was
They
one
ha-
on the menu.
Yeah, they did have a cider. You might be interested.
Cider. Ooh.
Oh, right. Oh.
House hard cider.
Oh! Oh!
Oh, here it is.
Oh!
He told us if we were at Everlastar to let them know.
Yeah, what's the name? Give me the name again. Jesus.
Morgiana of the Featherwind.
Thank you. That's session 0 shit. How dare you?
10 sessions later. Let's go, dude.
He just gave me the name, so I was just looking to ask about it.
Yup.
Yeah. Before this conversation starts, Ganu gets a porter. Actually, he asks if anyone else wants one first. Porter? Anybody? I'm getting one.
No, sorry. Half for halflings.
I'll take one.
You want? Okay, so we
Yeah.
got two.
Ah!
Yeah,
I think I might go for one of the ciders.
I can grab that too. Okay, so we got 3 porters and a cider. And
Bailey, do you want anything?
Yes, whatever they're having, I'll have.
I think Bailey was just topped off. I don't know if she needs
As
another
she's
one
like
right now.
nearly face down.
They
on the table.
literally brought her another drink, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll
Yep.
take another."
I saw you do that. Right?
God, I thought so. I thought so.
oh, I was like,
Shows aware. He's just enabling.
I was like, what's happening over there?
I was, yeah.
I was like, Reed's in his office. There isn't a person there.
I'm role playing with my friends.
All right, so yeah, I'll go up 3 porters and a cider.
I'm actually gonna go get a cider. I'll be back.
Nice.
All right, now all the
Hey.
detailed information he gets to miss.
So about this weird worm.
Like stomach worm. Do you have?
Okay, so no,
No,
you guys
sorry,
all did
it's-
history check based on the name, right?
Yeah.
Matthias.
I don't know shit.
Xanu, Anfirth.
Want me to roll?
Show. You don't know. Bailey's too enamored with her drinking. Show. With your 24, yeah, it's kind of a hard name not to know. Great-great-granddaughter of L'Oreal Silverhand.
Oh. Kind of a big deal.
What was that?
Nothing.
What?
We're
Nothing.
moving on with the game.
Nothing.
What?
So did Show ever answer me?
You don't have to do
yeah,
anything you
that's-
don't want to do.
No, I know. Yeah, that's the great granddaughter of L'Oreal Silverhand. You know, the one from the
Oh.
stories. Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Oh,
Yeah, kind of a big deal. Actually, a little surprise you. That's a big one.
well, because before we ended up in Tasha's experiment, there were the shrines for each of the gods.
Sure.
One of them was dedicated to the Herald of Godos, and it was like a magical research laboratory, and the head researcher there, after kind of a talk with us, he was actually the one that gave me the goggles that I had. He said if we were ever in Last Star to let this Morgana person let them know that he was doing well. So I was gonna at some point in the next couple days I was gonna see if I could pass the message along.
Yep. She has her own shop in the transportation district, but lives in the high tops. But you can definitely find her in the transportation district to maybe try and give her a ring-a-ding-ding-ding.
Does Show tell me this?
No, he doesn't have to say anything he doesn't want to.
No, I'll tell you.
Fucking dusting off my cobwebs for that shit.
Right?
What's this name that you gave me, Reed? It's probably nobody. You could probably always count on it being something of extreme importance.
He gives us a name. It can't be that important.
Especially a name that I'm not like, Timothy.
Ah, yes. Very generic name.
Of the Forgotten Pale.
I mean, I would write a story about Timothy of the Forgotten Pale, because that sounds like a really dope, like, Fae-based adventure, and I'm about that.
We're talking about a pail he left in his sandbox.
Oh, okay. I assumed it was P-A-L-E.
I know.
And my mind went in
I
a different
know.
direction.
I know, that's why. That's why it was still perfect.
P-A-I-L, the Pale King Timothy. Oh.
He's got on his head.
That's his final form.
He's got a pail on his head, two on
Dark
his
Soul's
shoulders.
name card comes up.
Digging up sand and just throwing sand at you, and you're just like, who the fuck is this? I'm not in-
Special attack, pocket sand.
Yeah. You just go up and deck him in the face, and the health bar goes, the whole thing goes off and zero immediately and cracks a
Yes.
little. He's like, oh!
He has a bag of holding just filled with sand.
You guys just made this awesome. Holy
The
shit.
pocket sand, he just goes into the bag of holding. and throws sand at it.
Tim,
It's not even a full bag. It's more like a satchel
Yeah. It's
that's
not-
got
yeah.
like a 5-foot cube capacity, and it's just
sand.
Awesome.
Does that count as a monk weapon?
no,
You can't turn down.
I will kill
no,
you
too
with
bad.
this
He's an
grain of
NPC
sand.
now. You guys are fucked. You're gonna get sand in your eyes at the most inconvenient time. And the
Nobody's
next 30
ready
years.
for the Artificer Monk subclass.
oh
Throwing
my
sand at
god.
people. Pocket sand.
Wow.
Too strong.
You use deflect missiles, but instead of throwing the missile back, you augment it with sand so it gets in their eyes and gives them disadvantage on their next attack instead of damage.
Way of the pocket
Has
sand.
a range of 5 feet.
Way of
Sand
the
character.
pocket sand.
Oh my god.
No, it's way of the sandbox.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Ryan
Right.
just wrote the fucking
Right.
Where?
Holy smokes,
It's
dude.
been- wow. Where the hell has this been the past 2 weeks? What's
Put it on the
all
Patreon.
of you? All of
Play of
you.
the open sand.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This is brilliant. I am
Ryan, you have to
stealing
write this homebrew now.
Yeah?
Yeah, come on, man. Let's go.
This is on you.
When you're bored at work now, just open up D&D Beyond and make the
Working
subclass.
away.
It's like, I can't get this code to work. I'll just... Oh.
Time to do something actually productive.
I'll compare it to Luke's super in-depth.
Warden, forget that. No, that's yours
I mean,
would
like,
be
Justin's
way
almost-
more adorable.
Justin, did you finish yours too?
I have been waiting for this dragon set that just came out,
Okay.
because I didn't want to duplicate any of the talents. So now that it's out, I can actually finish it. Yeah.
So we can do a one shot with the pocket sand monk
Yep.
and the warden
Yep.
and the I don't remember
Dragon.
dragoon.
Yep.
We'll do a
Yeah.
one shot, and everyone has to create
A custom homebrew.
Create a class.
And Ari
That
just
would be
shows up
so
at first.
sick.
I'm like, get out. No, Hunter. They-
I just drop Arian with his own custom subclass.
Oh my god. Yes.
it's like, no. it's like, but
It's just
no.
a dip into like one level. Or
Yeah.
something.
you guys have, you're all level 5, but he shows up with level 20 Ari. Just like, no, you can't. It's like, but I want to. And I'm like, but
No,
you
but
can't.
it's not a Shadows of Hope rogue. It's a Darkness of Hope
So
rogue.
Yeah, he's not level 20. He just gets all of those abilities as his subclass at level 3.
Ah, you beat me to it, Luke. I was
Oh,
about to say
sorry.
that. Damn it. Wait, hasn't this happened multiple times?
Maybe.
I feel like
Everybody
that's
cuts you off, Ryan.
See, he brings Ari to the table, but the real character he's playing is the pixie that's in his pocket.
happened. Yes.
Holy shit.
Harry
This
just
is-
watches the whole time.
It's
Whoa, I didn't know Ari could cast spells!
You guys got
its
this.
name is Zront with a Z.
Now it's over. Now we're back to the game. So what are you doing after that terrible suggestion from Hunter? Absolutely asinine, ruining the fun for everyone tonight.
Is there anyone in the bar that looks they all look like rich college kids. Is there anyone that stands out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go
This
ahead and give me a perception check.
I will do that.
Hey,
That's gonna be a 17.
Yes, Gano, you said wait 3 times.
I didn't say wait. I said porter, cider. I was handing him out.
Thank you.
Perfect. I misheard you. I'm having a stroke again. This is my future. Can't wait till I actually have a stroke. All right,
Don't
so
do it.
nearly
Wait.
hidden in the corner.
Uh-huh.
Nearly hidden in the corner, there is a deceptively calm-looking figure over there. Robes are off. Looks like to be a middle-aged man staring, almost SpongeBob-wise, without the sadness, into his hot, steaming beverage. Another one, though, you see an individual who's a little more nervous, tapping his fingers. Doesn't have divination robes on, but he has his pins from clearly when he graduated a very long time ago. Has his obnoxious class ring on, and he's looking to try and get the attention of some people. He makes eye contact with you for but a second, Matthias, and then you look away and you see he holds it like, fuck. And he's still looking around, looking clearly to get the eye of some young aspiring student around here or something. Clearly he wants some help.
He's like, that guy's not a student.
Well, no. It was more sense of just like, is he looking at me or is he just
If I-
looking around right now and like giving the like, come here. And then Matthias in his training is just like, whatever. And he's like, oh,
If I
fuck,
ever
he wasn't
catch
looking
eye
at me.
contact with that guy, I'm
Yep.
not breaking eye contact. I'm just staring him down.
All right.
What kind of vibe
Hasn't
is that guy
happened.
giving off? Is he just like a guy who's like sincerely needing help, or is it like some kind of
He's just
is he
people
giving off
watching.
like a weird energy?
Yeah, definitely this weird, sweaty old man energy. Not sinister, just like a little too old to be hanging out in this bar, but also...
Like, is this someone's dad? Is this someone's dad?
I don't know. You can find out. You could... I don't know.
A townie went to the college bar.
That's kind of what it sounds like, yeah.
And the other guy is just vibing over in the corner,
Yeah.
thousand yard
Big
stare,
chill.
looking at his drink. Huh.
Big chillin'.
Well, I don't think he's going anywhere, so I'll tap tap Anfirth and say, I'm gonna go have a conversation with this guy. If things get weird, maybe wingman me, give me a little assist, if you don't mind.
Hey, I'll join you.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll walk over to the sweaty guy. It was hard for me too when my first kid went off to college.
Yes, indeed, and yeah, you know how it is. Gregory's out, and he's doing his thing right now, and came to visit him. Gosa, my name's Gosa. As he reaches out his hands, please have a seat. Good to see such friendly people out here. This is what are your names?
What brings you into town, Gosa? My name is Matt, by the way.
Matt, nice to meet you, Matt, and this handsome devil, you.
Hey, you can just call me that then.
That's what we call him. That's what most people call him, to be completely honest.
College nickname of, I don't, it's my time's past, and it's what a class of 7.
Hey, so you said that your son's name was Gregory?
Yes, he is a happy mage in the divination, just like his old dad here.
Insight check.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
It's pronounced, do I believe him?
I'm going to use my D10 inspiration because this guy's shady.
It's the accent.
I don't
That's
trust
why
him.
It's just a little different. But...
Okay, so that bumps it up to a 19.
19. All right.
Oh shoot.
What exactly? Which one you were asking about, my guy?
I was. Does it seem like he actually has a son who's going to college, or is he just like being a creepy guy in a bar?
Why not both?
Hey, he's an older guy going back to college to better his life.
Oh no!
Or
Don't bash up.
Rip Hunter.
Oh no.
Oh,
yeah,
what a great photo, though.
It is very happy.
He's having a great time, aren't we? Isn't that great? Like, yeah, no.
Yeah, having a good time. My cat is really interested in my microphone today.
The cat just wants to participate.
There's nothing better than the sound of Mangled or the Five Nights at Freddy's Day 5, where it's just awful audio coming through. Have you guys ever seen that with the original game? I got way back into Five Nights again, but on day 5, day 4, you hear the phone guy, basically, he's like, I don't think I'm gonna make it, as you can hear the banging of the animatronics and the phone on the outside. He's like, so you do your best. And then day 5, famously, it's a meme, Markiplier just like, I don't, like, you're dead. What do you want? You're dead. I don't need you. And the phone opens, and it's just demon noises. It's just awful demon noises. And Mark's face makes the most unbelievable, awful contortion ever. He's like, oh, oh. It's so fun. I'll send it to you later. But it's, those are like my two favorite, like, what do you want? And it just cuts to just awful demon noises. And you're like, what is happening?
So, how long is this Gregory's first year?
Second year. He has his big dig coming up. You know, everyone has their projects they work on, and excited for him. Mine was a big fun one. We did it out near in the deserts, and it was a great time, as I'm sure all of you have. But no, I'm just so happy for him, and I was visiting him for the weekend, and decided while he's busy right now, he's in the middle of something with a lady friend. You know, you don't want your dad hanging around.
Yeah, that's for sure. I can tell you, my Layla, we definitely went through similar situations. It was very, 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 you treasure the moments, every single one.
One dad to another.
Absolutely. Now, I can't help but notice. You do look a bit tweaked. Are you okay? Is there anything we can help with?
I look tweaked?
You just look a bit nervous, a little sweaty. Do you need a cool beverage or anything?
Maybe I should ease up a bit as he pushes like the third or fourth looking coffee cup to the side of the table. You now notice that was blocked by utensils you couldn't see prior, and you see, oh no, yeah, I'm a little tweaked. Yes, very perceptive. I mean, Matt,
I just know how, you love them so much, and you cherish them, and then you set them free into the world, and you just kind of gotta hope for the best.
Yes.
And you just hope that everything you did is enough, and that it makes you worry.
yes,
And you can't help but to worry.
Well, yes, definitely. That's what we dads worry about. Mm-hmm.
Is that I may have missed the mark there? What? I mean, if there's something else.
Are you students, or are you like just normal folk, adventurers?
What do you think we are?
Honestly, you're the perceptive one. You could be any of the three I just suggested, thus my question.
I
What are
don't
you
see how
looking
they're.
for?
I'm just anybody capable, basically, is what I'm looking for. Somebody that has skills that could help a
Well, we
task.
certainly could fall into that category. What kind of task do you need
I'll just
skills for?
I don't know if I can really do this, but I'll just like kind of start conjuring up an Eldritch Blast in front of him and not actually use it, but just
Yeah.
bring it up.
As you do that, he goes, looks around, makes sure nobody else is looking, and goes, that would be the skills I'm looking for. Got a job. Pays good gold. Need some help. I got most of the details sorted, but just a little little danger involved. So if you're not up for that, no problem.
It's been so long since I've seen danger. You have no idea how itchy I am for it.
Oh,
Not averse to danger.
he leans in and goes, terrific. Well, I didn't know if this would be the place, but it looks like it might be. There's capable wizards and sorcerers all around. I have an old rival of sorts, and we go back and forth on things, and tomorrow night I know there's an old assassin coming for me, and the trap's set. It's all he's done for. I just need someone to take care of him. You don't have to kill him or whoever the assassin brings. I just need it taken care of. I'd prefer it if you don't kill him, just to send a message to Bartholomew that he is so incompetent. He's a fool. You think I wouldn't see through his plan? Of course I see through his plan. As he smacks onto the table a little bit, and then he's like, sorry. It's a long bout of wizardry that goes back. I of the divination, and he of the necromancy school. So we have a little, bit of a rivalry, and he thinks he's funny. Going to try and revive me as one of his servants. He thinks that's amusing, and I don't. So this is all I need, is someone to help take care of the assassins that I know are coming for me tomorrow night.
Okay, the first time you said it, you said assassin, and then the second time you said assassins.
Oh.
So which one is it?
Oh, did I? I believe it's at least more than... It's at least one, but I doubt he only sent one.
Okay, so what you're asking us to do
Mm.
is to detain or otherwise neutralize the assailants that your rival is sending for you.
Yes.
And your rival is sending these assailants in the hopes that he can claim your rotting corpse for his undead army.
Oh, no. The undead army business. No one's allowed to do that.
Okay.
That rule's been established, as all the necromancy college knows, and as one famous necromancer said, not your decision, Raven Queen's decision. So we all know.
Okay. But just as a smelly butler then?
Yeah, I mean, he uses it for all sorts of pranks and stuff.
Seems really petty, honestly.
I mean, How long have you been in Last Star?
I've passed in a few times, but I try to make it brief every time.
Yes, well, get used to petty mages. That's like a staple.
All right, let me just write this down in my notebook, and
Yes.
we'll bring it over to the group, run it by them. And
Yes.
you did mention payment.
Yes, 100 gold pieces for each assassin you detain.
I think that's a decent offer, but I mean, we've got 5 people, so 500 minimum.
I mean, I can't promise 500 gold pieces to the entire group if only one shows up, and 100 per if however many show up. If yes,
Exactly. That's what I'm suggesting.
easily, absolutely agreed. Not a problem. No, you got
Just
it.
to make sure it's worth our time, you know.
It is. I will. It's worth my time. It's worth your time. That's for sure.
And when do you need these assassins trapped? You said they're going to be trapped. Are they going to be
Yes.
indisposed for a while? Is this the kind of thing we can just sweep up in the morning? Or
No, I'll need you to come in. I can only maintain the trap spell for about an hour or two, so they'll come into my humble abode, and I'll be unaware in my wine cellar, and as they sneak in, I'll have them in a nice trap, then I can let you in, and you can pummel their heads in, and then we'll go from there.
Does this interfere with our other engagement, Annafirth?
I don't think so. I think we should be able to squeeze it in.
Got the time? All right. Well, we'll put you on the books. We'll chat with our friends. And
Yes.
If we show up, we'll let you know in just a few minutes. Enjoy your drink.
As he takes back the one he pushed away and finishes it all in one shot. These are clearly like 8 espressos over here.
It's secretly mana potions.
Babe, you don't know.
So Gregory's dad gives quest to foil Bartholomew's evil assassins.
Gregory!
Gregory, I need you to make some felonies tonight.
Did he?
Gregory, you need to
Gosa.
intercept the assassins!
And Gosa's residence is inside the
Gosa.
Arts District.
All right. So I will bring it back over and relay that information to our party, so we could potentially, get a little bit more bang for a buck out of the night.
That's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
I've been
Tonight night
going
is
in and out.
different.
This is tomorrow night?
Yep.
Okay.
Tonight night is the other thing
Perfect.
with Light
That's
Weaver.
why I was confused. But also, it makes us look more, qualified for the job if we're busy. So it doesn't hurt that I was, as a player, stupid.
Oh, wait. So we're supposed to fight assassins?
Yeah. What's the problem with that?
Are we mercenaries now?
I mean, having a little bit of gold should help you pay for the ship to Ashaya.
We were targeted by some assassins and
True.
didn't die.
It will
Already have
be
experience.
good training for you to learn how to deflect an assassination attempt on your own
I'm
life.
not looking at.
Am I
I'm more-
supposed to expect an assassination on myself?
You
here?
always expect it. You always expect it,
Matthias.
and you're
I just-
relieved.
I just kind of look at Annafirth like, what are these people saying?
Yeah. So, really, I took this more. Now, obviously, the money is useful. We need to get back to Ashaya at some point. This man's in danger, obviously, and he looked that way. And if you don't want to be there, I fully support you not being there, because I would rather you not be assassinated. But I'm gonna help this man just to make sure that he doesn't die. Any loss of life is, tragic. So if we can prevent it,
Autumn
and make some money, why
says,
not?
if the assassins kill you, I'll kill the assassins.
You are the best kind of friends to have, honestly. If I could just have 4 of you in this party, I would be set.
Wow, man.
Oh,
You guys are great. Don't get me wrong, but she's great.
Yeah, real great.
She
My
stays
immediate
neutral.
support for this job meant nothing to you.
I think I might go tell the man that the little one's out.
I don't know.
You weren't even done telling me.
You can
about the
go
job.
without
I
me.
was
I'm
in.
sure you won't need my help.
I was in.
I am so for Ganu's chaotic energy of always in, no matter the job. I am so for this for the rest of the campaign.
That's the
I
character
cannot
limitation is you
wait.
can't say no.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
You know when Ganu's like, nah, I don't think so, guys. Everyone goes, oh, shit. We're in it now. As Doctor Strange shows up to the screen and goes...
Well, I can't just. I'm not gonna let you go alone. Without me, Anna Firth. I mean, you guys will die without me. So.
Whoa. Why is everyone so self-important all of a sudden today?
I'm the only one that brings people back.
Well, that's a fair point.
When you go unconscious, I'm the only one that has the power to get you back so far.
Don't bring that up. Shut up.
So, you know, you kind of need me around.
What, do you know how
I think it's less
exciting
than
that would be
upwards.
for everyone to figure that out in combat? You're the worst. You're just a fun sucker. Oh,
The solution is just don't
somebody
go
get me
down.
up.
Well, we did just buy a bunch of health potions.
Yes,
like-
don't die, nerd.
We're like a team now. So
Yeah.
we're in this together.
Yes. Thank you, Ganu.
You
Ganu
got it.
gets it. Matthias.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, this stew is really good.
Yeah, did you guys hear something? I think there was like a dog in here or something.
Then you hear Jacques go like, should I leave tonight then? As he's been deep in thought as everyone has ignored him profoundly since Iki broke him.
Where? What do you mean, Chuck?
While you were out, I went to the transportation district and they have payment for teleport circles and they can get me to Clovis if I want to go to Clovis tonight or tomorrow, the day after.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, our entire journey has just been to get, everyone who's affected home. So, I mean, if that's what you want, then yeah.
I
I don't think anyone else has an issue with that, right?
I
Okay, yeah.
don't know if that's
I
what
would-
I want, to be honest
I
with
would-
you. I don't.
Oh, you want to travel with us?
Well, you guys are a bit, no offense, but like,
Oh, so now you're over to them. Okay.
you just brought up assassins! Assassins!
Yeah.
I made tinkering toys and I was a teacher and stuff. Like, this is
Oh my God,
horrifying.
Jacques, times change, dude. Your kid is the Pirate King.
You could be anything you want.
You don't know that. You aren't certain that that's true.
I'm fairly certain that we only know you because your son is the Pirate King.
Strong evidence.
He gets up immediately from the table and goes to the bar and grabs another drink. He doesn't even
jeez.
ask. He just takes it from another person and leaves behind a gold piece. And the person's like, oh yeah, all right, whatever.
That was a little mean, guys. Come on.
He did not return to the table and he drinks it standing up next to the guy that's got the 1,000-yard stare. And he's like, fuck you, what's your story, huh? What are you doing? Guy, and they
Oh, he
start
was going
whispering.
to engage. That was the next step.
I mean, mean or not, Jacques has to face reality, so I don't really feel that bad
It's
about
one thing to face reality, and it's another. Like, you can be polite about it and considerate.
Oh,
You know, what else is
in
yeah,
it?
consider
By
it.
helping you
Yeah,
realize the
that's
truth.
what this group's all about. Just rip the band-aid off. Go see. Action is in. Fucking. That's what we're about
Okay.
here. Just ease us in. Bailey, or Autumn, you better watch out. I'm Bailey. You're Autumn. You watch out. There's whatever you don't want to do. These wonderful friends are gonna just take you and throw you in the deep end, cause they're 2 for 2 so far.
And you're better for it.
Maybe.
But I was gonna say, Faith, you know what else is mean is sending people off to a giant diamond in the hopes of gaining your own wealth, while not knowing they would also be cursed and transported into a witch's experiment. I'd go ahead and say that that's not very nice.
Wait, who are you implying is the mean one in this hypothetical?
Yeah, I lost it too, Zach. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Probably Jaqualdon. Probably Jaqualdon.
Oh, you're coming. Oh,
Okay.
Pirate. I mean,
He is pirate.
he may not have known what the diamond was gonna do to people. He probably just had an inkling that his likely father was related to it, so he was looking for the item.
Perhaps he was just a greedy man looking for a big shiny rock, and he was willing to pay the tiny people to do it for him.
Why don't we just ask him what his dad's name was?
That's what rich people do. Like, that's
Yeah.
not...
It sucks, doesn't it?
It's... Yeah, but like, what are we gonna do about it?
We could just ask him ourselves.
Oh yeah, you can just waltz up to the Pirate King and ask him questions. Yeah, obvious.
No, but there's a spell that does the same thing. Yeah. And we're in a school of fucking wizards.
I'm pretty sure people have to have met the person to
You
be
don't
able
think
to
a
use
school of
the
wizards
spell?
of the most importance could cast a spell to the Pirate King?
To be fair, I did run into issues the last time I assumed somebody could send a sending spell to a place. So, I mean, just tread carefully.
I would assume that even if they didn't, maybe they could scry on him. I don't know.
well, here's the thing. You and me know for a fact that me and the Pirate King go way back, as he feeds something to Sunshine on his shoulder as Iki is at the table in a chair that seems to have been there the whole time. But there was not enough space for him to be at this table prior to
I'm
him.
starting to become less surprised whenever you show up.
What?
Do you normally just check in on people you meet this often, or like how does this work?
Well,
I
life
think he
would be
likes us.
boring. Other
You
he
kind of
definitely
seem
likes
like
us.
How
you
dare
kind of seem
you?
like you have an interest in us specifically. Like
No.
it's a little
Aw.
strange.
No,
It's
you're,
like too soon,
you're
right?
so boring that you give a great cover for all the people that might be looking for me at this
Literally
very
the-
moment.
This is the 4th time we've met you in the last like month.
I don't believe you.
I
is
met
true.
you once in the shrine.
Yes.
We met you once in the mountains.
You came into my shrine and
We
bothered
met you
me
once in the mountains.
in my cave that I was enjoying.
It was on the common path. It wasn't your cave.
It's definitely my
You can't.
cave.
You burst into our meeting with the Grandmaster Azurin.
I had an appointment.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, you're right.
And now you're here. That's 4 times. That's 4 times.
That's 4 times!
It's so distraught enough to you can't even like count on your fingers properly.
How'd you roll a 4? There's 5 fingers up in your hand right now.
like 4 times.
And you just,
We did follow him in here, and then I give him a wink.
As he puts a hand, you
Fucking kid.
get a D20 inspiration as he pats your shoulder.
God damn it.
And he goes, at least somebody has the cojones to tell the truth.
I
Which
just
I
look,
know it comes.
look at him incredulous.
So what do you need to say to the old Pirate King?
We want to ask him what his dad's name was or is.
Sure. All right. What do you do for it? What do you give me?
You can have his dad.
I don't want his dad. He's old and smelly.
Just
Whoa!
give people
Pump the
away.
brakes! Pump the brakes!
I
He is
misjudged.
not an item to be bought and sold.
He's ignoring
We have your
all
dad,
of you.
and then we
It
gave him to
leads
the
into you
dude.
show, and you can smell how gross and thin and gangly Iki is, and he goes, "You're not quite the man I judged you to be, and I'm happy about that." As he leans back over.
Who
I just
are
thought you
you
might want to see his
people?
dad, that's all. It's not. No. Well, he clearly wants to see his son, that's all. I just figured it'd be a nice reunion. It wasn't like a malicious thing.
So what do you want?
It came out wrong. I'm sorry.
So, if you never were this friendly, consider this favor would have never happened. But you have interrupted me and been following me around and ruining many conversations, so
You're right. We're very rude.
you need to give something
I
back.
just look at him.
You can look all you want. It don't phase him. Ikiki clearly is very used to this, and he is unapologetically himself.
So do you normally just randomly show up asking to give favors?
I mean, sometimes if you want your fortune read, people will give favors back and forth, or if I play a song, or put on a great show. I mean, there's lots of
You
things.
did read our fortunes.
I did do that. I did a lot of great things here. I'm basically the best person you've ever met.
That's not true.
That's
Just
definitely
blank stare.
true.
That is
it is
not true
but
at all.
I appreciate your
Especially in my
unwillingness.
case, at least in my case, not even a little bit.
Nah, you're modest and I love it. I appreciate your flattery and you don't want to talk me up in front of me, but it's alright. It really is. You can say anything you want in front of me. Compliments are preferred.
It's kind of pout.
Yep.
So what are we asking the Pirate King? What's his dad's name? Is that
Yep,
what you
that's
want?
it.
Yeah. That's
All
what we
right,
wanna
well,
know.
I'm bored, so I don't want anything anymore. Hey, Jaqualdin. I have your dad here. He's right over here. You want him? Is he like...
You forgot to ask his name.
You forgot to ask his
He's-
name!
What?
Still got words.
What?
His name?
No, I don't have to wait. Where do you think I am?
Oh, no.
What were you saying? That he needed... You needed something.
No, we were just going to confirm
Yeah,
if Jaqualdin knew that Jacques was his father,
Oh.
or if he knew
Is
the
that-
name of his father.
wait one moment. You know scrying doesn't work on me. Yeah, so is confirming it's his dad. I'm pretty sure it's his dad. If it's not,
You're pretty.
boy, well, let's be funny. It'll be a great story either way.
God.
I'm like 44% sure that's his dad.
That's a surprisingly low number.
Not very confident.
That's a very high number. Do you know how many
I don't know.
men
That's
are
a-
in the world?
I agree.
Thank you. He is.
Like how high a percentage are you that I'm his dad?
Zero. Absolutely
Zero.
none.
Exactly, like
Maybe two.
40 is
Zero.
so much higher than zero.
My God, I'm
40
taking
is
you
higher than
whenever I
zero.
need. Kenu? Here. He hands you over a pamphlet as you. This is the same pamphlet he's been handing out. Do you open it?
I open it.
Inside.
Wait, there's confetti.
There is a card, a paper card on the inside.
I pick it up.
As it picks up, the entirety of the pamphlet disappears. It goes into ice and melts away into vapor in the air. And you now have an official Iki Wingman card. And he's like, you're in the club now, kiddo. And when I need you,
Guys, look at this.
I'm gonna call
What
on
is
you.
that?
He's my wingman now, all right? You don't tell anybody you're my wingman. Whenever I call upon you, you are my trusted advisor. And you just do what you've been doing. So I might show up, and we might teleport in front of, I don't know, a court or something. And they'll be like, who's this? And I'll say things, and it doesn't matter. And whatever I'm trying to do, pick it up and throw it down, all right? And even if it doesn't work, I like your game. And I'm willing to take a big L with you.
This is awesome. I'm excited.
You're awesome. I've been nothing but positive experiences with you, and the others can do some work.
Iki, what if we need him for something at that moment?
That doesn't matter. I'm more important. That's a dumb question.
You're not a very nice person.
I don't have to be. I think I've just found my favorite NPC of all time.
He is pretty great. Well, that didn't really help. I mean, it did, but like it didn't.
What?
At least maybe the Pirate King will be looking for his dad again. Who knows?
Maybe. Oh, sorry, I was ignoring him. The Pirate King was still sending me messages. He says he's not going to stop, which, let's see who's the stronger
He's
of
a
this
mage!
game.
He can just repeatedly send!
Where are you? God damn it, where are you?
He is a very high-level mage. He is
Signature
a-
spells, baby.
He is a level 20 wizard. At this point and beyond, he has had over 300 plus more years on top of where he already was at.
Oh God, he's too strong.
He's powerful.
Who's more powerful, Jaqualdin or Azurian?
That's an interesting debate. I know the answer, and it isn't close, but it's
I know it's
closer
not.
than you think.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
It's not close, but it's way closer than you might initially think. Jaqualdin could give anybody on the council a run for their money.
That's
In
what I like
Last
to
Star.
hear. And he's not on the council. That's super cool. He's just a guy.
Oh, hell no. Not his
He's
jam.
not just a guy, he's a pirate king.
Nah, he's just a guy. Jaqualdin's a very common name, can you?
Yes.
Is this in game?
Yeah. And by the way, there are many that call themselves the Pirate King. He just is the best at punching those who call themselves Pirate King over him.
He doesn't seem like the punching type.
You're right. Yeah, I know. It's a metaphor. It's more like hellfire of meteors and stuff.
Oh, that's over the top.
It is if it's, somebody who's mortally wounded them and said, like, I have your dad, and then didn't have their dad.
Did you orchestrate some kind of stunt?
No.
Do you troll Pirate King?
Me? Absolutely,
Yes, you!
I do. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's right. You're doing
On
it right
a
now. My bad.
multitude
My
of
bad.
occasions. It's like a pastime of mine. Like, this has been, your group's been a gemstone in my life, bringing me this wonder over there. As he's walked away from the other patron, and he just sort of, like, angry dad vibe, like, I don't want to go back to the table yet, but I got nowhere else to go. Fuck. I'm just awkward as fuck, and the shirt doesn't even fit me. All right. One moment. I'm in a very magical place with magical people you sent on a very dangerous journey, you irresponsible dolt.
That's the first thing I actually like about what he said, because yeah, he is.
Look at you, so
That's actually a good
great.
description.
So what's this we're doing tonight? Are we breaking and entering to somewhere an old B&E?
I'm not even surprised that this is a routine thing for you.
Oh, it's not even like breaking and entering is so exciting to me because I just enter. It's hardly ever breaking in. Who can keep me out? The answer's literally nobody.
I don't think we know the details, but we're just supposed to try to.
I mean, we have a meeting in like
overhear-
3 hours, so
So
We're just
fancy.
supposed to overhear something. Whether we have to break in anywhere is.
Ooh, that
we
sounds.
don't know yet.
I
That
prefer if we
sounds
didn't have to break anything.
really responsible, really big stuff. I want nothing to do with that. I keep under the radar. That's my type.
It's a lot of politics.
Fuck, I hate that.
It's something about
Yeah, it's
big-
all politics.
the big wigs arguing about something, and they want us to overhear.
That's
it.
not fun. No, you know what'd be more fun? What if we made every court mage look like they wet themselves? That
Oh, can you do that?
I can try.
That would be amazing.
It would be, but it seems like they got big things going on. So next month, it sounds like I'll put that on my things to do. Shut no. All right, Sunshine, stop.
That's like a third shelf kind of thing. It's like you put it up there, you kind of forget about it a little bit, but you see it once in a while, so it's a little bit of a reminder.
No, that's top shelf shit. Third shelf.
Well, we might have different opinions of what top shelf is, but we're in kind of different realms right now, which is very fine. I like it this way. You're enjoying your life, I'm enjoying mine. We don't know too much about each other. That's great. All right, I'm in Rumble. You got me.
Wait, no, we're in Last Star.
No, yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Wait, so why would you say you're in Rumble?
Did I say that?
It's a clever ruse, I would imagine.
You're being very strange, Faith.
You just... What are don't gaslight me, guys. What the hell?
Hunter, do you genuinely not know what's happening right now?
I think I know what, like, maybe, I don't know.
Do you want to know, or do you want to keep going with this?
I'm just going.
Okay.
I'm just, we're just roleplaying. He said something weird, and I posed a question about it.
Yeah, no, you're a weirdo yourself.
This is very rude.
You are the rudest person I've met in this group. You're the one that constantly with the rude comments.
Oh my goodness.
You'll need goodness in your life if you want to shape up.
While she's distracted, I need to steal from her again.
Okay, go ahead.
I just
steal her pen.
Faith pouting again.
I just turned to Annafirth and I say, I'm like, this guy is worse than Corinne. Way worse. Oh, he left.
and for left.
Faith,
She turns to no one.
You know it's bad when even Annafirth doesn't care.
Faith is getting pooped on in this conversation tonight, not in a mean way, and then like, no one understands me. I'm not like other girls' way.
Faith, do you want another drink?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't want to have too much to drink before whatever happens later.
That's
you
right.
know, the thing we're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah.
The potentially dangerous thing.
Nobody get too intoxicated. Important job.
I think it's too late for a few people.
Hey,
Haley is not coming with us.
I decided that a long time ago. I just need to go home and cry a bit tonight. Yeah. I cry for a lot of things. Cry for positive things, for negative things, for overwhelmed things. I just need to go cry. And I blocked out my schedule tonight. I'm going to cry from like 8 p.m. until it's done.
Must be a big block.
You know, we'll find out when the moment happens.
Well, I'm happy for you that you're home.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
Yeah.
What time is it?
When I see her do that, I'm
Whenever
just
you
gonna
want it
motion
to
over to the.
Yep.
I want to motion over to the guy that she was motioning
Yep.
at and just go.
And he does that, and she barely. As the other one goes away, and she shoots you daggers. At first, she's like, "God, he's so handsome." Whatever, he probably knows best. Fuck.
Stay mad at you.
She's too drunk to be mad at you.
So I believe we should be going over there and telling that guy that we're gonna accept that then.
Right. Yeah. We do want to protect Gosa.
You
from
look
the
over your
assassins.
shoulder, he's staring at your fucking group.
I'll just look at him, and think I have an ale or something that Ganu gave me.
Yep.
I'll just like raise it and give him a little smirk, and turn around again.
He immediately wipes his fucking brow. He's like, "Oh, don't wipe your brow. It's obvious." I immediately knows how bad he is at playing this card. He's like, "Oh, no, don't fucking." He doesn't know.
What was that, Ganu?
Job? Is that the guy for the other job?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll look at him, give it a big smile and 2 big thumbs up. Yeah.
He returns that shit. But he's doing it real, like, subtle, like, in here, not subtle at all.
I wasn't being subtle, like, at all.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to keep it contained, but he can't.
Only because it's about protecting him.
I
need money to add more spells to my book.
I wouldn't lie to you. Sormir, then. Sormir, you caught me the first time. It's not the end of the world. I'm in the King's Keep. That's where we're at right now, having dinner. That's where I ran across your dad.
Iki, do you really have to lie to him? Continuously.
What?
It's extremely rude.
He's just smart. He now knows it's definitely neither of those 2 kingdoms, so he is narrowing it down.
Man's probably been looking for his dad for 300 years.
Oh, yes. Almost relentlessly. It's
and
an
you can
obsession.
make it a bit quicker if you just tell him.
But then his journey's over, and then what is he gonna do?
Anniford just gets up and he walks over to Jock. And he's gonna say, you know, just before Jock even has anything to say, Jock, you know, we're in the Divination College. I'm sure you could find somebody to send a message to Jaqualdin, the Pirate King. Somebody can do it.
Oh.
Go to the headmaster or something. They'll figure it out for you. This guy's not gonna help you.
Which guy?
He's been trying to send messages to Jaqualdin to figure out if you're his father and whatnot. I think it's best if I could take you if you want me to. Take you to the Divination College, or whoever it is. I don't know, it's schools of magic and whatnot, but somebody surely can send a message. Try to narrow this down. I know you don't want to accept it, but it's best if you know or not.
Hey, you know what? He puts his drink down. I agree. I'll go with you, Anfirth. Let's get to the bottom of this.
I'm just gonna take him immediately.
All right. As you guys leave.
It's actually evocation.
Anfirth is out. You see Iki. How rude. Anyway, continue what you guys were talking about. Sounded interesting.
Anu.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier as we were walking back that you wanted to have a chat with, as you quote, the Wonder Twins. What did you want to talk about?
Oh. I mean, I was just thinking, like, since we're like a team now, I thought we could we were like, we knew each other or thought we knew each other for like 2 years, but then we found out we didn't know each other at all. So I just thought, we could get to know everybody a little bit more. Like,
yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Like, I know you guys are both from Shia.
We're doing that part of this. I think it's time for me to head on out. As he
you know what? Now I'm even more invested in this conversation.
As he stands up, all of a sudden you see he gets smacked in the back of the head and sits right back down into his chair. He's like, "Oh, what? Uh-oh." And you see the Pirate King Jaqualdin behind him right now. Hi there. Hi. Hey, you. Hey, where's my dad? You said you have my dad. Where's my dad?
Mr. King, wait,
he just waves his hand. You keep silent spell. You can't talk whatsoever right now. And he's like, "I'm going to be flat with you, Iki. If this is another one of your shit brain pranks, I'm gonna cut your throat in public. And I don't care. I don't care about your friends. Let them come. I'm done with you, Iki. Yeah, what are you?
I gotta pull out my pen and a slice of paper.
Yep.
And I'm gonna write, wait 1 minute. I'm gonna shove it in his face.
Yeah, but you see, you rude little what? Is he?
And then I'm gonna walk out the door. And I'm gonna send a message to Annifirth, who's probably like 60 feet away at this point.
It's a little more. I gave it a little more time in sense, like, war-wise, but you guys are like 2 or 3 minutes away. And you see Iki going like, does he look like this? As he
I'll
then
go
puts a projection
track him down
of
and
Jacques.
bring them back. Bring back Anniford and Jacques because they just walked out.
Yep. So as you go do that, he's just like, what? I've shown you that. I've shown you what he's looked like. You know what the hell he looks like. I'm gonna kill him so much. I just want you to know.
We can see that?
You can see a projection from Iki showing exactly what Jacques looks like in his hand. He's doing a little like minor illusion thing, and right now Jaqualdin's furious because he's like, I showed you that. You're such an asshole. You're such an asshole. I can't even begin to describe what an asshole you are right now to me.
That's Jacques. Yeah, he was just here.
There's a silent spell over the whole table.
Was it the whole table?
No,
or
it was
you?
just on Faith. It was specifically
on
you because you were talking and making him angry. What'd you say, Bold Boy?
Oh, yeah, he was just here. Anniford left with him, and I think Faith went to go get him since you showed up. So they might be back here soon. But yeah, he was here. He was with us.
He immediately goes to leave, and Iki grabs him by his over-the-top cloaks and stops him. And he goes, "What if we fight right now? What if it's like I prevent you from seeing your dad, the legend of legends? It doesn't have to end yet." He seems like, "You get off me, you dirty old man!" As he pushes him back a little bit, the doors open with a returned Faith and Jacques being like, "What do you?" Oh. Hello there. And you now see an uncanny resemblance between the two of them as they're now standing by one another. The dad's a little bit taller, but you see Jaqualdin just like, when I was 4, what did I tell you on my birthday? Something only I told my father. Really? You want to... He leans in and goes, and whispers something in his ear, and he goes, "Holy shit." He turns to Iki. "I hate you so much." And he turns back to Jaqualdin. And he just gives him a big old hug.
Oh.
And you see Jaqualdin, or Jacques finally just embrace, and tears begin coming down his face. Other people inside the bar just like nodding like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, look at this. This is wild shit like this happens all the time. This is amazing. Look at this." I don't know what's going on, but it's cool. And he goes, you just disappeared. You just disappeared all those years ago." He's like,
Faith tries to say something, but she's completely silent.
Yep.
She's like going into this conversation.
And they're totally blinders on you to the whole world. He is definitely does not give a shit about anybody else in the world right now. Jacques sort of like looking, but then he's like, "It's fine. My son." And he's like, I was going out for your birthday. And he's like, "You weren't going out for the month?" And it's like, no, son. Like, he's like, "You really believe that all these years?" She's like, "I believed everything you told me. Everything, mate. But I'm the reason you disappeared." He's like, no. And we have a lot to catch up on. So you're a pirate king? I thought you'd be like a safe teacher like your dad or something. And he's like, No, I didn't do that at all. Oh, but I picked up magic like you, just like you. It's like, oh. Yes, I bet you did. Well, I I was actually gonna head back home to Clovis. No, don't do that. No, you don't. You don't want to go there. Oh, he's like, come here, Dad. We're going home. That's where we're going. Actually, we should go see Mom. He's like, oh. He's like, yeah. I haven't seen her in a little while either, and I think it's probably time to give her a visit. He goes, nods, and he goes, well, I thank all of you for reuniting me with my son. I didn't know it was even a possibility anymore.
I am glad I could be a part of it.
Thank you all.
Put my hand out and shake his hand if he'll let
Oh,
me.
absolutely. He shakes your hand and gives everybody handshakes or hugs, depending on what it is. And you see Jaqualdin look, is like, I met 3 of you. I met you 3. The short one, you were really annoying. You were really annoying. You were big. And you were relatively quiet, but reasonable. What are you doing here?
We found him in the stone, or the crystal.
Yeah.
He was inside the crystal?
Well, the crystal sent us somewhere.
Yeah, it sent
Yeah,
us
it's
to
a bit more nuanced than that. But yeah, basically he was captured by Tasha amongst a whole cohort of other people.
Hunter is muted.
She's alive?
Yep.
Oh.
He's silenced, remember?
Yeah, don't worry. I'm aware. I'm very aware.
Yeah, this is in character.
This is very.
It's very character.
A+.
This is very.
Good.
He's
so yeah,
waiting.
that's the short story.
Oh.
I'm sure we could go over the whole rest of the deal at another point if you want.
I thought Tasha was dead.
Why would you think that?
She's a ghastly, gross thing. You know, all the madness stuff and dust light. Like, something's gotta get her, right? She's not that clever.
Guess not.
Yeah, well, yeah, you proved that. So that's a big old disappointment. What is the fuck? Oh! As he looks and sees Faith, who is talking right next to him. Oh my God! Fine. Jesus, don't sneak up on me like that. It's horrifying. You're unsilenced.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't exist in this world.
God's above.
Does exist in this world.
Clean.
Well, as he's shaking everyone's hand, just like it has been an absolute pleasure meeting every one of you, and I am certain I will meet you again. This will not be the last time we meet, but it is time I reconnect with my son. After all these years, it's a gift I can never repay. Thank you. You have my great debt, each and every one of you, for as long as I live. If you ever need of some help I can be of you, just let me know.
Hey, and same to you.
Yeah. Sure.
Jaqualdin just kind of looks at everybody and is like, I don't know if there's really anyone to thank here. Dad might. He was always a softie, but like, how long have you had him? Nobody.
Months.
Yeah,
It's been like a month.
It's been a while. No, it's been
we
like
had to
it's
get
been
out
like
of
for a
Rome.
month.
Months. It's been months. Plural.
It's been a long time, and then weeks even traveling from like Last Star. It took like a month to get to Last Star while you were in the Kingdom of Last Star. You got a lot. Like sure, it was only a month when we teleported, and then you spent time in places.
We didn't really realize the possibility of a connection for a while
Sure.
until he mentioned the name Jaqualdin.
He seemed
we
pretty
started.
insistent.
We started piecing things together.
Oh wow.
He didn't.
That's a fairly recent revelation, actually.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So initially we were just helping to get him back to Clovis.
Yeah, just
And
ancient 500-year-old men popping out of
I mean,
diamonds.
he's elvish. They live for a
Right,
while. I mean,
And pretty much everybody that we were.
That's also
with
the reason why
That's
I mean,
racist,
we were-
and you can ask my many dead elven friends.
I mean,
It's
we
not
were
racist,
given it.
It's just a historical fact.
We were
He's purposely ignoring that.
we were given we were also given a choice of like 40 different people, and he was one of the few we chose to bring with us. So, you know, we
I should be
specifically
grateful.
chose him.
You're asking me to be grateful to you.
Yeah, a little
Yes.
bit. You kind of sent a bunch of random people to find a very dangerous object.
I didn't.
Which
And
marked us, by the
Yeah.
way,
Oh, it
which
did?
I assume you probably knew about.
No. What? Are you shitting me?
No.
Why did that mark you? Why?
What do you mean? It's related to the heralds. Of
There's
course
like a
it-
curse on the herald's objects and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
We spoke. We literally spoke with Ashen Azurn about this earlier.
Today.
She literally helped make the curses that are on each of the objects as a protective measure. So that's on you.
And
you just sent random people after them.
You just sent a
Anniford-
bunch of random people with the promise of payment. You jerk.
Anniford wants to look around for a second and see if
Let's-
he can see Araxis at all.
Yes. Up onto
Paul
like
is
tavern
now
tops, just
thinking about
watching.
all the items he's touched
And
how
then-
many times he's been
Yes,
marked.
exactly. So Anniford wants
Yes.
to like try to communicate
Oh,
to Araxis,
man.
look at him,
Yes.
and just say, "Is he glowing?"
Like a bonfire. As he goes, well, you know what? I just found something to be very grateful for today. This is wonderful news. Dad, we have a pit stop before Mom. We sure do. There's a guy. I know a guy of a guy. Did you must have. You see Iki Iki? Just eating some fucking like ribs or something that isn't sold here and is messy. That is definitely what he's eating right now.
He made a quick McDonald's run, got himself a McRib.
And he's just like, oh, look at the old bonfire boy in front of me. How's it going, Rocky boy? He's just like, Shocky boy. Just like, I call you Jackie. But I never told him. He's like, Jack, Zaki. Sunshine is, that's on me. That one's on me. Well. Thanks for letting me know about stuff. Let's go, Dad! As he turns and they walk toward the entrance and he goes, don't bother my dad. And they teleport.
Honestly, that was probably the best we were gonna get from him.
That expression was worth it.
I'm just happy they get to reunite and spend this time together.
That's 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
We got Bailey back to Lastar. We got Jacques back with his family.
Just gotta get out of them home.
She
sure
looks
it'll
up
be
and
easy.
she was like, she tunes out plenty of conversation. She's like, I'm enjoying this. And it's almost like the equivalent of like hearing aids takes out the hearing aids, but she doesn't want to listen to your guys about stuff. And she's like, no, we're good. Nope, 3 of 3. You're set.
You don't want to go back?
I'm back.
You're gonna stay in Lastar?
No, definitely not. Last Star sucks.
Are you planning on?
You want to hang
just-
with us?
I mean, it isn't that close, or it's not that far. It's
No.
probably a few days' journey.
Wait a minute. Are you flaking?
What?
Are you flaking?
What does that mean?
Are you getting nervous about going back home, and you're thinking you don't want to do it because you're nervous or afraid?
I don't get nervous.
Surely the premier female guard of the nation is not afraid.
Yeah, that's
I
not a
see
thing.
Bologna has joined the party again. Yeah, I'll get nervous.
That's, I fucking love Bologna.
It's in.
Hey, pretty girl. Did you just? Are you stupid?
The audacity.
Well, you're pretty. I don't care if you think I'm pretty. Oh, I was just trying to. I don't care what you were trying to do. You're in my way now. Anyway,
Ganu,
Oh yeah.
you were so rudely interrupted like 30 minutes ago.
Was I talking about something?
Interrupted by a
You said you
beautiful
wanted to
family
talk.
reunion.
You said you wanted us to talk with each other, to get to know each other.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just figured since we kind of been running together for a while and we thought we knew each other, that maybe we actually get to know each other.
I would like to do that.
Awesome.
before you do, Arash just let you know some of the glowing was in really strange places, some of which was on his head, on his sides, a couple on his butt. Really weird stuff.
Okay. I'll whisper that to Faith before this conversation ensues.
I'm just like, I didn't need to know those details.
Nothing,
TMI.
nothing weirdly sexual,
share
but
with
just
someone.
weird.
It's like, why are they where they are?
Well, let's start with you, Ganu.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell us about you.
Let's see. Well, I told you guys a little bit, but
You mentioned
yeah.
something about being south of the fire genasi.
Yeah. So I lived not too far from the get the map out.
Slams the map onto the table.
Where did I live again?
The most important.
World is big, directions are
Here we go. Yeah. So yeah, I lived near Crow Ridge, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna get the thing up. But yeah, I lived not far from the Bonfire Peaks, just south of them, with my tribe. We kind of look after the forest there. And we kind of communicate with all the other tribes that look over all the other forests. And we kind of make sure that everything is healthy and there's no assholes running around doing bad shit. Yeah, so in the Ethereum Forest in Crow Ridge.
How often do you run into assholes who are doing bad shit?
That depends. It doesn't happen too often, but every once in a while you get people who are either, it's usually people, trying to exploit it for monetary gain. People,
Hey,
poaching and, just deforestation. That stuff doesn't fly with us. We make sure to take care of the forest, and obviously, like we use the trees. We will, we need them for houses and fires, and we obviously hunt for food. But we always make sure to never take more than what is absolutely necessary. Where these people are excessively poaching and taking down the forest. But, yeah, but it's
hate to say it, but I've probably seen a lot of your the stuff that you protect come through the ports. I mean, I've seen a lot of everything, so
yeah, I imagine so. But such is the world. I just do my best to do what I can.
okay.
But yeah, I kind of grew up in a small village. It's like 40 people there. It's funny, Rumble. You think of the Ganassi, but my entire village, my entire tribe is all Goliaths. And I have my family there. I have 2 siblings. They're both older. Yeah, so people usually kind of stick around to take care of the forest. And, people, travel around, ranging, farming, hunting, that sort of thing. But then, when kind of you get to a certain age and you're ready to kind of become an adult, they send you out into the world to better the world and to learn about the world. So I'm doing that right now. That's why I'm out in the world exploring. Is I'm going out to enrich the world. That's the plan. And then I go back.
Do you feel like you've done that so far?
I'm still pretty early. Kind of. Ashaya was not too long after I left. But I think I've enriched it a little bit. I know I've had some fun.
Aye. And I with you.
Yeah, see? Enrichment right there.
Aye. You've done your job.
Excellent. But yeah, it's more than that. But like to do some more of that, but also I want to learn about the world because you kind of don't leave the forest in my tribe until this point. So
Are there many Goliath tribes in Rumble or around you?
I don't really know of any others. I'm sure there probably are. Would I know that?
There's probably one other one that would be in Rumble. They aren't necessarily plentiful on this side of the world.
Yeah.
But there are others potentially in other forest tribes.
Yeah.
It's just that's stuff you gotta figure and find out.
Yep. So yeah, I'm not really sure. We kind of kept to our own area.
Yeah.
Well, we're busy, protecting the forest, but also
Nice.
like we're kind of a a tight knit group, and we're all a big happy family.
Aye, it's good to have that.
Yeah, no, it's a nice place. I like it, but it's also really exciting to go out and see new stuff and go on adventures. So, each got its perks.
Aye, definitely.
It would be cool to see another Goliath tribe. That'd be fun.
I'd like to see how your customs may differ. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, interesting. That's the other thing. Like going out, it's cool to see like how other people live. Like Rumble was really fun. Like
I agree.
obviously, like I'm right there, but I never really got too in depth into it. So getting really down into their culture was a lot of fun.
Yeah, our father has told us a lot of stories. He used to travel a lot when he was a lower on the totem pole, I guess you could say, as a merchant, and he'd go all over the place. I mean, Rumble a lot, and Last Star, and really everywhere. But all so many stories and so many fantastical things that he's seen, magical abilities. I mean, elementals and all those kinds of things, and these are the stories that Faith and I grew up on, and it's great to see him in person. It's really interesting.
Yes, well, that's definitely one of the best parts about going out is going to see some amazing things that the world just has out there. Yeah, one of the things that I was looking forward to is going to see like all the different types of animals that are just out there that I have no idea exist because they weren't at home. I mean, I read about some of them, but I'm sure there's a lot that I don't know about.
I'm sure you'd be happy to go home and showcase everything too,
right?
to your,
especially
your tribe.
Especially now that I'm a spirit walker.
Yeah.
The more that I know, the more I can utilize, and then I can go home and show exactly what I see.
I'm sure that's exciting for everybody, you and everybody around you. I mean, they could.
Yeah.
How does that work? If you saw a new animal and you show it to the people at home, do the spirit walkers at home, are they also able to adapt to that?
I would think so. Oh my god. That would be so awesome for everybody.
That's just bringing a huge boon to your family and your friends and everything. That's amazing.
It's like literally the start of every corruption timeline ever. Every corruption plot hook ever. He left the tribe and he came back and showed us this incredible new form, and then everybody took the form, and then they were never the same. But sure, yeah, you can show him what a fucking bear looks like.
Oh, man. There's gonna be so much I have to show them. This is amazing. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, so moving forward, I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for any interesting creatures.
Well, speak for myself. I mean, I'm really nothing fantastical. I've grown up in Ashaya. I was born to my father and, well, somebody. I don't really know who my biological mother was, but our Faith's biological mother has always been my mother. Really nothing crazy. I've always just helped my father with his business. And, well, did you have a question?
You half siblings?
Yeah.
I kind of flick my ear. You can see that it's pointed.
I go on to Faith's end.
I've got a big mess of red hair covering.
Oh yeah,
so
I move it.
yeah, moving one side back. It's like a normal human ear round.
Huh. I never noticed. Damn. I failed my observant test. Huh.
Nothing crazy though. I mean, there's stories and whatnot, but there's no need to get into them. I mean, my father's a little crazy with it, but nobody really believes it. But yeah, normal life. I mean, just helping my father and shooting the shit with my friends and going to the bars and a little bit of boxing and that kind of thing, but nothing crazy.
What's the craziest story your father's ever told?
I was gonna ask. You can't just say your father tells crazy stories and then not tell one of them.
With my father's voice, I'll tell you right now, the craziest story that he's ever told us.
That's my cue. You guys are doing great. It was autopilot. It's fucking wonderful.
He's just like, oh, I can feel
Yeah,
great.
exactly. Yeah.
Something was, but I think it was about fire elementals. No, was it Faith? Was it earth elementals in Rumble, or was it? I can't remember.
I was gonna say the story when they thought they were about to run into a dragon turtle. That was a whole. That was
Nobody
a whole
believes that
ordeal.
though. That's not. There's no way that's true.
There's
I'm
a
so
lot of
conflicted.
history.
Based on what I want your dad to tell you stories about and what he's already told you stories about. So I'm really like, what did he already tell you? But then was the craziest. That's not fair.
I mean, there's plenty of sightings and history out there that
Right.
they're probably real.
I'd say the craziest one he ever told you about was he was on the open seas during a storm. And when he was out with a fishing boat that was trying to get some deeper sea fish, because they're about like 8 times the size of normal fish, but not deep sea fish, enough close they get sunlight. And so, pardon me, they were doing their hunting. The storm hit. They couldn't outrun it. They're in the middle of open water. Worst case scenario. And trying their best to get out of it. Their ingenuity was actually maybe because of the storm, they could attract some sort of bigger creature to get the boat moving, because they kind of were dead in the water at this point. So they cut a bunch of the fish back loose, put them back into the lake, and unfortunately didn't summon what they wanted to. And instead, your father claims that tentacles rose out of the deep, and this great big monster that of legend called the Kraken came up. All right, and it was actually coincidentally in the same area that a bunch of other ships were at that time, and these other ships were battling, but he couldn't see, and that was actually what brought on the storm. So as all this is happening, and they're sort of ducks in the middle of the water, the clouds part, and down from the sky comes a bunch of these winged creatures. They zippity zap the Kraken with lightning. They throw some lightning towards some other individual on the boats. The storm goes away. And it's like it never even happened, but they lost the damn fish.
So while Annifrith is telling that story, he's
Yes.
like, you know, being very dramatic and like trying
Yep.
to speak in voices, and he's like,
Yep.
"Oh, the heavens came down, whatever."
Yeah, yep.
It's like they really tried to, or at least he tells us that
Give me
they
a
tried to
performance
harpoon
check.
that motherfucker. Yeah, they tried to harpoon that fucker, but they got away. They never got a piece of it.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
natural
mean-
20, 25.
Dude,
Let's go.
you thought all he had was looks? You judgmental, superficial assholes. You are wrong. He is a performer. And now you know the power Annfirth holds is dangerous. How many did we lose there?
We
I
lost
think it's just Hunter.
Oh,
just
okay.
Hunter, yeah.
Yeah, he's just restarting his computer. He lost power for a second.
Okay. It's one of the greatest storytellings ever. You don't care if it's true. It's true. You believe it's true. Has to be true. That was incredible.
I don't even believe it's true, but now you all believe it's true.
Exactly.
Oh, I believe it's
Even
true.
Faith-
He's lucky. He's lucky they didn't get that harpoon. They probably would have brought the ship down.
That's perhaps true. Yeah. Didn't consider how big of a thing that was. It might have dragged him right down to the bottom.
Goodness. Can't imagine living such a thrilling event.
I mean, he's got many, many thrilling stories. Large in part, and you've seen me, I'm sure, buy some of these things as we pass by. It's really just kind of commemoration of the stories and being able to live through at least some part of what he's told us throughout my entire childhood and teenage years and whatnot.
And you've
It's really
got proof. So it's more than just a fish story, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
And he tells us of, magical powers that are innate in these places. So I'm interested in trying to see, test it out, see how true that is.
Just in the earth itself? Is that what he's saying?
He says, things that come from these places have not necessarily power in themselves, but the ability to take on powers that are similar to the things around them. So, like in Rumble, I mean, there's all the Ganassi, there's elementals everywhere. Surely, I mean, what's different from the minerals that are harvested from those regions? Surely there's some power in there that can be unlocked.
So the world creates what the world needs, and sometimes the world creates something a little extra special.
Okay.
It's an interesting idea. Your father sounds like an interesting man. I hope to
He
meet him.
surely is. I'd love for you all to meet him one day.
Definitely want to meet him.
And our mother's very interesting as well. Less interesting, but
I'm sure she's lovely.
I have to give her some due.
She is nice. She's cool. I guess I have to write more up for her now. Their dad's way cooler. I'm close.
Hey, someone had to settle that man down, right?
Exactly. He gets it. He fucking gets it. So everybody else?
I'd love to talk to my sister here, but
Yeah.
I'll let her do that when
Wonder
she wakes
Twin
up.
can't.
It sounds like you might have some pretty good stories to tell your father now.
Well, nothing that rivals his, but something.
Hey,
Yeah, for sure.
he's lived a longer life. You're catching up,
That's true. That's true.
as are we all.
I suppose I can go next. I'm actually from a small farming town called Iseldrift. Actually supplies a lot of the food for Last Star here. That whole region is mainly farming. It's along the coast of well, not the coast, but the border of the eastern burning forest, and juts out into it quite a bit. It's grew up only child. My parents were saints, incredible folks. They're too good for me. I suppose I just got bored. Growing up in a farm town, you know, there's not really too much to see. You know, you spend a little bit of time there, and life is simple, and it's wholesome and it's good. But there's so much more excitement and beauty and passion in the world. You know, you have to chase down the things that you really want, and you know, right? Sometimes you can't do that at home. Sometimes you just gotta run as fast as you can in the direction that you think you need to go.
I'm alive.
Hello.
Keep going.
I suppose that's really it. I mean, I've just been traveling for a little bit before I made it to Ashaya, right? How long would you say, DM?
You were 2 or 3 months in at least, I'd say, before Shia. So
Okay.
some idea, but not completely. Like you, I mean, you've been traveling for years,
Right. Yeah. So I traveled a bit for one circuit, made a little bit of dough, went back, gave it to the folks, and then, you know, did my best to take care of the family and went back out again because, you know, the homely life can only be so exciting. And then I headed to Ashaya. It was a few months, and then I ended up with you lot.
Do you want to go home and visit them?
I mean, sure, yeah, they're fantastic folk, but I don't want to go back empty-handed. I feel like it'd be rude. You know, I feel like they probably miss me a lot, and I want enough of a distraction to take that off their mind. And honestly, the folks that live out there aren't really living in the best conditions, partly because of the folks that live in conditions like these. And, you know, I want to do what I can to help alleviate that disproportionate. I just want to do what I can to make their lives better, you know? Whether that's just get really rich and pour a lot of money into my community, or, I don't know, maybe run for governor or something. Who cares? Mostly right now, I'm just along for the journey. Just trying to learn as much as I can.
Hey, makes sense.
Guess that leaves me, right?
and Faith. Yep.
Go if you don't want to.
I mean, you've got a bit of the story from Anna Firth. Our parents, were from Ashaya. I was born there. He kind of came along with my dad, and I came shortly after that. My father runs most of the merchanting side of Ashaya. I don't know.
She works in a library.
I do. I help run. I work in the library and I help keep things organized. It's great for me because I just get to sit and read a lot, which is kind of what I do.
That fits. You do seem like a
When
Makes
librarian.
sense.
Interested in magic.
Yes, that actually came on early. There was a day when I was out at the docks with my father and I met someone who became one of my closest friends. Annette, she was the one I was trying to meet up with earlier today. She's actually out of the Chronomancy College.
Oh, okay.
She
Might know
studies there now.
Is she second year or third year? I don't remember.
She's second year at the
Second.
moment.
Right.
I guess she's off out to the east, over at Rustwatch as part of some sort of like archaeologic type dig.
Show, this is extreme familiar. You've been on one of these already, and you
Oh,
will
I
be on
have.
many more.
Oh yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
that's where she is currently. But we met, and she showed me a little bit of magic that she was starting, like just little things, like she could make sparks appear. She could kind of, I don't really remember exactly what it was she did that day, but it really just sparked a sense of wonder in me, and I wanted to be like her, so I tried to study magic myself, and we kept close talks. She's a bit of a pen pal of mine. But magic never really came to me, no matter how hard I studied.
Gotcha. Well,
But I
if
mean,
there's anyone that's proof that studying and hard work can get you where you want with magic, it's certainly myself and Bailey.
Well, I believe
My
it.
parents put so much pressure on me. My dad is successful, and shit. No, Momsy and no, Dadsy. They're both so good at what they do.
Bailey, I think it might be time for you to have that cry in your room.
No, I got another hour. You guys, you guys gotta go, and I made sure to do it when you gotta go, and I got a little time left. But you better go soon because, like, it's still a walk to get all the way to where you gotta get going, and I know how long walks can take, especially when you're bombed. But Mom and Dad said I had to get into the best college, and that, like, all other magics are nothing compared to what Dunamancy's doing. And, like, I don't like Dunamancy. It's fine, but it's not what I like. What is amazing is creating with magic, just like that beautiful wizard did when I was a child. Created all these familiars in front of all of us. But I didn't get a familiar. No. As the peacock familiar is now right next to her, like nuzzled around her neck, and she's just rubbing it. No, I didn't. So I just buried what I wanted because I have to make my parents proud. And I worked as hard as I could at a magic that's literally impossible. I don't know. Have you tried doing a Mancy magic? As she drunkenly looks over to you, Sho. Have you even tried?
No, it's not really my cup of tea.
It's no one's. You're a liar if you like Dunamancy. It is impossible. Only to be outdone by Geomancy. There's literally no books on it. The small midget guy in the history books stole it all. And there's no more, and no one knows how the hell any of it works. And even, like, the chronomancy people know more than geomancy. That's saying something. Anyway, but now I got my golden ticket. She's holding a nearly stained, like it's dangerously close to starting to get, like, alcohol stain on the letter Ashna Zurin gave her to transfer colleges if she wanted to, as she's waving it about. I got my lucky ticket. But is it? Are my parents gonna think it's my lucky ticket, or are they gonna think I'm a quitter?
I think your parents will just have to accept whatever path you choose to make them happy.
I agree.
You haven't met my
And
parents.
even if they don't, we will be here, and we got your back.
Have you ever considered a minor in Dunamancy?
Doesn't really work like that.
I mean, Talia graduated from all the colleges, so surely you can do something.
That's
That was a special case.
That's not a thing. People don't graduate from all the colleges. Do you know how long that would take? You can't do that.
No, I don't.
Like 50 years or something just to graduate. Not
they
master.
won't live that long.
No one lives that long. Not if I can help it.
College isn't that expensive, right? She doesn't like need her parents' money to go there, right, Sho?
No, it's not expensive, but it's extremely
but it's-
merit-based. So there's
Yeah.
extraordinary pressure once you get in or to get in that you're taking that
Once
away
you
from
get
somebody
in,
else.
it's very much expected that you finish
Yeah.
whenever you're in.
Because they do so much weeding out, despite
Yeah.
even some colleges. Oh, I don't think this came up. There are colleges, certain professors have certain feelings about the admission rates and who gets in. Maybe that'll come up. I did do a lot of writing.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be privy to any of that information yet, but maybe it'll come up.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, about 14 years of attempts didn't really make a difference.
She's not 16 years old. Dude, she's an adult in this
They-
game, right?
They met when they met when she was about.
I can live
like,
with, yeah, okay,
4 or
whatever.
5.
But
I'm
like,
19ish right now.
I just had to make sure, because you would be now if you weren't.
What, you don't want children in your game?
There are no minorities in my game. Absolutely zero PC minorities.
There's no minorities at all. Everyone is the same race.
Fuck, I knew I said it wrong. I knew I said it wrong.
Minors?
Yes, like
Who's
coal
all?
miners. There are no coal miners.
Not a
in
minority.
the entire of my world.
Or
It's illegal.
actually, no, there are no minorities. It's just that every baby that's born, like, make sure that every percentage is correct.
God damn it. I'm just... Here we are.
Everybody is in the same percentile.
Everyone is exactly the same. There is no ruling class. No, there's definitely a majority.
But with talking with her, it did give me a lot of interest in not only magic but also last stars. I've done a lot of studying, so I've it's always been a dream to get into one of the colleges, but I don't know how well that would really work out at this point.
Okay.
Well, maybe I can put a good word in for you, Dunamancy, if you ever want to try Dunamancy.
I don't think that's not necessarily the issue.
You want to do Dunamancy? She then starts floating her drink up in the air. 3 years.
That's
3 years for that.
That's
As
not
it just
exactly
slams to the
that's not what
table.
I'm getting at. Yeah. So I don't know if that's in my path at this point.
It's in your path. All you want to do is get home, you fucking lame.
Surely there won't be anyone in the party who jerks you in the other direction.
Not the party. He's fucking an act of God, Will.
Yeah, actually, I mean, you've heard me talking about Last Star, but like, I mean, you probably noticed, and I kind of stand up, and you see like there's on the 2 tattoos that are on my like flanks on my sides. You see one of them. Sho would be able to read it. It actually says in like the language, the magical like runic alphabet. It actually says Last Star down the one side.
Yep. What does the other one say or look like?
You would read the term sea light, and I will send that to you, how it's spelled.
Because it's not important. You don't need to know how it's spelled. He's a liar. I'm now going to make a puzzle 14
I
sessions
see.
from now that is dependent on this.
I
And
see.
faith will
Selig
be
HD.
stolen again.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
I can't say I can recall your friend off the top of my head, but I've definitely been on a ton of archaeological digs. That's like a big thing in the Divination College is those digs. It's actually where I got my thing.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I guess that leaves me. Let's see. Well, I grew up around here, kind of. I grew up in a lot of places. Basically, my dad is a merchant, and he helps with a lot of steel. So supplying his name is escaping me off the top of my head, but the great merchant who does all the steel trading. It'll come to me.
It will.
Um,
someday.
You talking about Windlegs?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Thank you.
So he's one of the suppliers for that.
Hmm.
And then my mom is a field mage. She does kind of similar to what I want to do. But she basically just, goes out into the field and is kind of helping survey and uncover, what we can from a historical standpoint. So she was a big inspiration for why I wanted to go to school, and they certainly pushed me in that direction when they realized I may have had the aptitude. So, yeah, that's a pretty big reason why I'm in the school I'm in and why I want to go to school. School is a touchy subject for me in a way. I don't really gel with all the people there for one reason or another. And I don't know if part of it's because of my mom's influence. I don't know if part of it's because of who I am. Or I don't know if part of it's just personality and not meshing well with some of the, shall we say, snootier students. But there's definitely kind of a path and a mindset that a lot of people in the college share that I maybe necessarily don't. So that's kind of a big source of contention. But outside of that, yeah, I've traveled a lot of places helping my dad. I actually probably may have encountered you at some point, Anna Firth, or you, Faith, just randomly on the dock at some point, going in and out. But
Do I recall any? Is your dad human, or is he Ganassi?
He's human.
Do I recall any Earth Ganassi or half Earth Ganassi that I might have seen on the docks at some point?
That's tough to tell,
It'd
man.
be like that,
You have an
yeah.
entire lifetime of people you've met.
Yeah.
You
Too many
probably
people.
did meet him. You probably did,
Yeah.
but you don't
Good-
remember.
Oh, it did happen.
Very good chance.
It's
Very high
it's
chance,
very
but-
possible.
So yeah,
I've dealt with a lot of steel traders, so I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've been to a lot of places. I had the opportunity to help my mom in the field on some of her longer expeditions. I've had the opportunity to just go on longer trading expeditions with my dad and the crew. So, and I have also helped with the family business as well. So, I kind of got to do a lot of the stuff that I think Ganu wanted to do and is doing now. So I've just been kind of filing it away in my memories and in my journaling, and I'm really just trying to combine all that stuff into my studies and try to uncover some of the mysteries of the world and try to just see how different cultures and different places are utilizing magic and how they work in their way of life. That's like my big thesis. It's kind of like how magic has been used throughout the years.
If you don't mind, I might pry a bit. Where'd you find the cool toy you got there?
We were on a dig.
Sorry, gone.
Yeah, we were on a dig of an old battlefield. And that's not really uncommon thing for
Right.
any of us to be doing.
A
So
weapon,
yeah, I just kind of was struck. It was my first dig that I ever been on, and I just kind of thought that I wanted something of significance to take. It's not, forbidden for any of us to take anything from the sites, especially if we want to research on it. It's actually encouraged. So I just decided that if I wanted a memento, I figured it would be something maybe practical of use at the time, and I just have kept it with me ever since. I haven't really thought of using it until recently, but I'm not really a violent person, so that's probably why.
Well, hopefully anything I've taught you sticks with you. I don't know if it does, but can you swing it around a little bit?
Yeah. Let's see,
Performance
show you
check.
some of the moves I got.
Athletics check.
You don't want performance?
Athletics check.
Yeah, I'll make sure he doesn't hit anybody. If he hits anybody, it's
Well, I mean, I
clear.
rolled a 19,
In the
so
way.
19.
Expertly, but the thing is slow and rusted, and you can see even though the moves are right, the artifact does not function quite like it should. But it's
wouldn't hurt,
enough.
basically,
Well,
it seems like.
it would definitely hurt, but like you can tell this is ancient and there's
It needs
It
to be
might
sharpened.
break on contact.
is
Is that right? Or okay.
It's not fragile per se.
Just
It's just
clunky.
like clunky, dull, rusted in a sense, but you know, it's got a lot of character and heart, and you can definitely bludgeon someone to death with it.
Yeah, the rust gives +1 poison damage.
It's,
that's
it's
what-
like those, have you seen those videos where they find like a really old knife or sword or
Mhm.
something like that, and they make it nice,
Mhm.
and like it looks awful before with just like rust and just
You have to like grind it down, do
It's got, like-
electrolysis, and
Yep.
got like caked on like crap, and they gotta like clean it and grind it and just all this sort of stuff.
Mm.
Very
I'm
satisfying to
imagining
watch.
that.
That sounds about right.
I hope so.
Like you can tell it's a really cool thing, and it's a very intricate piece of weaponry, but it's seen way better days.
Do you think that you'll ever, spruce it up again? Give it a new life?
Well, yeah, I'd like to visit that shop and
Supposed to go to the cauldron.
Steelbeard.
yeah. Steelbeard? What about Steelbeard?
Could he do
Well,
that?
I think it was mentioned before to go to the little cauldron.
Yeah. Clay was mentioning the little store called the Little Kettle.
Little kettle. That's what it was.
And I guess the guy there is an expert in this sort of thing. So
Hey, Steelbeard, when we were there, also mentioned to me that some of the things that I was looking into might be more. It might be more apt to find them at the little kettle.
Little
So,
Kettle. Ah, well then we both have the place to go. Maybe check it out after we finish our excursion tonight.
I agree.
Cool.
Well,
Speaking
maybe
of-
tomorrow morning.
Or yeah, obviously not at night. Yeah, they're not going to be open.
I think we do have an appointment to keep.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We should probably be off now.
Yeah. Should probably go.
It's probably gonna be late, but
Yeah, we actually roleplayed like there was no time skip there.
All right, so you guys sit at a bar and you wait for 3 hours. You talk for 3 hours. Okay, go ahead. Talk for 3 hours.
very
Just do
different
it.
when I say that versus when you just do it yourself naturally, which is wonderful.
We started at 7. So
Yeah, we
So,
did do that.
yeah.
Pretty
talk,
good, pretty
guys.
good.
Talk. We almost made 3 hours.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't gonna stop because we started late, so you had your chance. No. So do you want to play D&D more, or are you liking the amount of D&D you're playing right now? Because they're both options.
I want more. I want more.
I want to finish this night mission, and we have until 10.
Yeah, no,
least,
I was
like,
hoping you'd
get
get the night
there and-
mission. Yeah. No, that was
And
the whole.
start, unless everyone else doesn't want to do that.
I want to
No,
do that.
we are absolutely
I really
doing
want
it.
to do
Please.
that.
We're
No,
slotting
I think
till
it-
10.
I think I'm gonna call it quits now, guys.
You weren't even here
The right
for half an hour. I wouldn't miss you.
9:23.
It's a good narrative beat to close it off on, I think.
Please let something action happen.
Anyways,
this
we
group.
make our way out of the bar.
And you have the audacity to be like, I want to fight so badly, and yet this is what we focus our time on: shopping and long conversations.
one of
This
the
is
first-
necessary.
Well,
this is
blame
necessary.
them for making such
relaxing
damn
time that
interesting
we get to
characters.
talk to
Yes.
each other.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it. I got to fall in love with them one-on-one, so this was
We've
great.
been real antisocial on this month we've been traveling together.
True.
So I wanted to do it on the boat, but I think Faith wasn't there on the boat.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring.
There
wanted
is a
to-
reason for that.
I wanted. Yes, I wanted to bring it up on the boat, but I didn't do it that time
Yeah.
because we were missing
There's
somebody.
a couple things you wanted to bring up.
There's a lot of travel stuff, let me tell you. But guess what? On these travel missions, you're all too worried about survival to really dig in. And now you feel comfortable. You have the awkward bonding phase is over. Now you're comfortable.
Now we'll be able to talk even when there are murders. Those weird robed figures following us around every corner.
Now you find yourself outside and approaching the park. I need to change the music.
There it is.
This music was clearly too comforting. Yeah, fucking change that shit up next time.
Feels like a Crash Bash lobby.
That's a good call. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. That's too happy. That's suspense. That's what I want. We're on a mission. It's a quest, an actual quest. Can you believe that I forgot to put quests in this game?
What?
There's
Quests?
lots of quests now. There's quests up the ass in this game.
In my D&D?
Skyrim, there's no quests. What?
I'm here for strictly roleplay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure seems
This is
that
a
way.
roleplay only campaign.
Dude, don't do PvP! Like at the table, just start shoving. Dude said no PvP! Does that say enabled? Looping. Oh, enabled. Oh, it's correct. Right. Deep into the night. Around 8 or 9 o'clock, it's gotten dark here in Last Star. A little farther north than Rumbo, quite a distance. Sun sets a little earlier in the day based on the time of the year. You know how the seasons work. The park itself has some lights on, but is now just shutting down. Big crowds of people are walking away as perfect cover for your group to just not stick out as this awkward gaggle of people approaching the park after it's long closed. Each of you stand around for a little while until you get you see a like light spell go on and off a couple times, a little behind the park and away in the distance, clearly where Talia must be waiting for you. As the group approaches, you can see Talia is in robes and cloaked up very well and has yet another illusionary disguise on. As you approach her, you can see she's a bit, you know, excited, it seems a bit. Not so much facially, but just like the body is giving out a vibe of excitement for like what's about to happen. Good. You're here. Fantastic. Very good. Do you got cloaks and stuff to hide up? Any of you do illusions of yourselves? Got that?
I can't do anything that will stay if we move around, but I can make a decent amount of illusions as coverage.
I was under the impression you'd have that covered.
Yeah, I do. I was just seeing if I had to do everything tonight, but that's fine.
I can
Nope.
become very small.
I've got a cloak.
You can shapeshift.
I can become animals.
Ooh. Can you do that as much as you want?
I can do it for an hour twice.
All right. Hold
If we
on to
need
that if you need it then.
If we need an extra set of eyes and I summon Birdie to my shoulder, he's pretty small.
No.
He's like a little under a foot.
Eyes are still good though. That is helpful. But she waves her hand and each of you an illusion is cast on you
Chainmail.
as all of you are you're in chainmail.
I took it off.
Oh, okay. I was about to say she would definitely comment about that. She passes illusion on the entirety of the group, and you just look like older mage people that would fit in at the court. It's very uppity type.
If I cast a spell in there, is it going to be noticed? Or would I have to cast out here?
You can cast a spell here. It will be noticed once we get into like the actual castle court.
Okay.
They have
I can make us stealthier.
Yes. Oh, awesome. Do you have that covered? Good. One less spell I have to burn. So here's the plan. I'm going to get you in. There's a guard. I'm going to talk to the guard. We're going to get past the guard. Once we get past him, I have a back way into the court. And then we have a friend of the inside that's going to help us out. Once that happens, you listen. I'll be on watch. And then I'm going to get you out of here. Don't cast spells while you're in the castle. There's wards. They'll know. My guy, special. They're allowed to do stuff. We're not. The illusions won't drop. I made sure of that. Unless you're attacked, everything's gonna go bad. No reason to get attacked, no reason to be suspicious. Let me do the talking, and everything will be just fine. And then you go out and tell everybody everything you hear, because it's the right thing to do. Okay?
So we're just a moving set piece then. Don't really have to do anything other than just be in the right place at the right time, right?
Yes. That sounds good to me. Yes. All right. Come on. As she walks, you guys, she begins leading you toward the large castle walls that separate. There's moats and there's bridges. And right now, one of the bridges, you walk up just as the guards are changing shift, and there's only one on duty right now. As she approaches, Talia changes her appearance again, and this time into a younger, ditzier, bubbly-looking student of a different college of the oh god, which one was it? It was the Transmutation College. And she goes up to the individual, and you hear, just want to get, where's the name?
I'm gonna try to be somewhat closer to her unless she specifically told us to stay further back.
No, it's fine.
Okay. I'll be like right behind her shoulder.
Yep. Where's the guard's name? Yep. Is that really what I named? She skips ahead, and then she gives you guys a look like, keep going, just as you guys are now going across the bridge, and you hear her go, oh my god, in a completely different voice, and a completely different tone that you are not used to. Marvin, what are you doing? You're on shift right now? Dude, when are you getting off? As she comes up to him, and she's like, oh. Hey, Sunset, how's it going? As he's nervously sweating immediately. I need you all to give me a stealth check as you guys are crossing the bridge, as she's distracting.
Do we have any bonus to that?
You can add 10.
There you go.
17.
24.
21.
I think Matthias is cursed. He can't roll more than a 10.
That's not possible. You rolled a 10?
Well, no, I rolled a 7, but I still have a 24.
Oh, okay.
He means like his actual dice roll.
Gotcha.
Total 26.
He's cursed.
Yep.
20.
Okay.
I used my inspiration.
So my 17 was the lowest.
The entire group easily passes by. As you can see, he is flustered. He's flush in the cheeks, and the power that Talia is giving through is just like beating this introvert into the ground. This guy is no shot. He is being completely socially overmatched, and he just wants this to be over. He's so embarrassed, but also excited, but also doesn't know what to do. And you guys walk right on into the court without past the barrier without raising a single alarm. You guys keep walking a distance. And Talia's still talking to him. You're kind of in the open right now. What are you doing?
She cast a disguise on us, right?
You are all disguised as older-looking mages of the appropriate genders.
Probably kind of slowly amble my way in the direction that I know the castle should be in, which should be eastern eastward of the gate.
The
I will
court.
try
the
to-
Or
court.
the court, yes, the court.
Mhm.
I will try to lead the group, but kind of looking to show and Faith, and maybe Matthias as well.
Mhm.
I kind of want to put on a show of being at like a shuffling pace. Like we're going like half speed, but we look like we're going normal speed for our age.
Yes, yes. As you guys are walking, there's a few guards that are like going toward their posts now, and they just give you guys a nod. And then you see a couple other professors walking by, and they're just like, "Oh, hello, hello," as they nod to you guys. Give me a performance check.
Easily.
18.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
Just nervous,
7.
I have -1 on.
7.
Oof. Matthias dies, but the rest of you
Immediately,
persevere.
if I can see
Hon-
Matthias doing that,
Honestly,
can I,
as Matthias,
used
no,
all
no,
your
you
grab
guys, you succeeded enough.
Okay.
With the 4 others, as it's going, Matthias begins to start talking, and you can see immediately they're like, "That's
He's like
not the right,
overselling it.
not the right accent for that professor."
hello, my friend.
And you like you turn it back, and immediately, who rolled above a 20? I heard someone had a 20.
Mine
No?
was 20.
20.
His was 20.
So
I had 18.
you're able to, exactly like you said, kind of stay in and be like, "Oh, good to see you," but you, just by happenstance, are exactly what the person sounds like. Even though you're doing a little something to your voice, it's spot on, and they're like, "Oh,
Oh, yes, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yes. We've been here before, of course.
yeah. Oh, you have a good night now." They
You
don't-
as well, yes, of course.
Don't even realize that all the people of not importance have been dismissed from the court for the night, and the people you are not that important. Shouldn't be going toward the castle or the court, the castle court.
We just wanted to take a look at the shrubberies in front of the court. It was important for our estate back home.
Oh yes, oh I know how that is. You know, always looking to rotate and keep it all fresh. You can't be having
See-
a bad.
See you
garden.
another day. We must be going.
I always talk too much to him. I know. It's embarrassing. I want him to like me. Shortly thereafter, Talia returns in her first disguise to the group. Almost silently, and she's like, "Oh, good, you guys are capable. That's terrific news. All right, we're gonna go around the back." And as you guys start going around, you can see all like she is rushing you at certain times and then holding you still, and you're perfectly hitting guard routes that are timed as she's going through the court. And then she finally gets to one of the back corners that's bordering against the mountains, and she's just waiting there, and she goes, "Okay." And then she grabs Anfirth first and just pushes him through the wall. And you just go through the wall that was once solid. She was literally leaning on it. And she takes each of you and starts pushing each and every one of you through the wall. And now you're inside the Stella Court. Yep. As soon as you all get in, your illusions dissipate. And she comes through she then goes back to her form as well. And you see her go, fires. Okay, so no one can see you. That's the next goal. They must have changed wards today or within the last hour, but everything's fine. We need to get 1 or 2 more hallways down, and we'll be just fine. Okay, you guys start continuing down the hallways.
Does she seem really nervous at all?
Not nervous, annoyed. She seems very confident in what she's doing. It's just like, this is an annoyance that's like, really? Are you shitting me?
Confidently annoyed.
Yeah.
Almost like it's beneath her. They're like,
oh.
I could have checked for this, but who would check for this?
What is even the point of changing the word? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
As you guys are coming up on a corner, I need you all to give me I'd say the two leading the pack. Who are the 2 people leading besides Talia?
I think
I was the first one to go.
Yeah, I know it's Anfirth, and who else wants to be at the front?
I can go after that.
Two of you give me dex saving throws as you're coming up to a side, and guards start coming down the corridor, and she's like, back, back.
Yikes.
Four.
Okay.
I used one of my inspirations. Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
Our Viki Iki is with you.
I rolled really high on the inspiration. So that's going to be 24 on the dex.
Wow.
Oh my god, you're so dexterous.
This dice is the strict saving dice. I've rolled 3 20s tonight. This is the third
Damn.
one.
Oh, also,
Yes.
she gave me last session fucking universal D4s on everything. Remember?
Oh yeah, you have guidance, right? For
Yeah.
a day or
She
something.
gave me like
For a full
24,
day, yeah.
24-hour. Like you can
Mhm.
tell me, but
Yep.
you initially
It hasn't been
said
24 hours.
D4 and everything, but
Yes.
I think
Yes.
It's only been like 8 hours or something like that.
yeah. So I'm not going to do it on this one. Because
That's
it's
fine.
24, but I
Um,
will remember that.
interesting. Anfirth, you literally are too caught off guard, and you stumble forward, and she just banishes you as the two of you back up against the wall. So give me a wisdom saving throw.
Can I tell it's coming from her?
Yes, it's yeah. You can.
If I tell she's doing it, I'm not resisting it.
Okay. As you're like, oh god, and you can just feel her hand on your shoulder, and you just banished.
Okay.
You find
Where
yourself
do I get bandaged to?
in the astral plane.
Oh, great.
Floating.
You're just. This is a new one for Dad.
I start taking my my 10 minutes to put my chainmail back on because I'm like, I'm fucked.
And so you're just like fucking spinning right now because you don't know how to move. It's all
Exactly.
intelligent shit. So you're like, you're not dumb, but you don't know how this shit works yet. And the brief moments this is happening. So yes, you're beautiful. The two of you immediately go to the wall. Everybody else follows suit, and the guards walk on by, and you can hear them talking back and forth. You know, I'm getting real sick of these meetings, and I'm getting paid extra, but it's going on for so long. They need to just stop. Just like you're going to tell a bunch of the most powerful mages in the world to stop deliberating on whatever interests them. I didn't say how I was going to tell him. I said it just needs to stop. He's like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we got another hallway ahead of us. Let's go. And they turn off. You come back moments later. You haven't even got any of your shit
Got
back
like
yet.
my arms
Yeah.
into the armholes, but
Yeah.
nothing else. And I'm
Yep.
like,
It's calm down. It's the astral sea. As she then turns the corner, getting you guys to come over to an alcove, right? All right. It's this like bit of the wall that is carved out that like would be like where all the towers are that surround the inner court sanctum of the Stella Court. She's like, okay. She takes out a mirror and she holds the mirror. She puts her back to the wall and is just looking at the mirror intently as you all are just sort of staring at her as she's waiting and waiting. And then finally, all of you now can hear that if you're inside this little circle that's cut out. So it's like there's a pillar in the wall, and it's like a little section of it was scooped out, is all the way to think about it. Like there's a tower, and at the bottom of the tower is scooped out. This is very artisan. It's not structural. And this is what surrounds entering into the court. So you guys are now separated by a wall, magic wards, as she explained earlier, and all the most powerful living mages in the world are basically inside those walls, minus everybody from the far west and east. For where you are in the west, these are basically the bee's knees of mages. Give and take the people that they're like Brian, who's like, I live and die by my team. I don't care if I'm bad. I'm never leaving. I'm signing a 20-year contract. I stay with my team. There's plenty of those in Soromir and so on and so forth. As soon as you can see her smile happen, you can start hearing the grumblings inside the court. If you step out of the little alcove, you can't hear a single thing. You step in, you can now hear what's going on inside there. And she goes, okay, I'm going to make sure nobody comes around during the deliberation. I'll be back for you. This will take a little while, maybe 30 minutes. You'll hear enough, and then we're out of here. We go the same route we came in. We'll be fine. Once we get off campus, I'll just teleport everybody away. It will be fine. Okay. Don't screw this up. As she then walks around the corner. Do you guys enter to listen? You could come all this way and literally not listen. I mean, that's...
We're gonna listen.
Okay.
We gotta listen.
You all walk in. You get the sense that there's about 18 or so mages inside the room. It appears there are 6 mages that run the Stella Court, and the 12 representatives, each the headmasters of each college, and there's only 11 colleges of magic. One is the head of administration. After they settle down with their grumble, 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 oh, it's good to see you. Well, how are you doing? As they're going back and forth with their discussions. Finally, you hear a familiar voice. Baron Delacrux Carp is the one to bring the order to session. All right, take your seats. Take your seats. Today, we continue to deliberate about it. So, point of order, we are going to decide whether or not to release the information to the publics about what we have found and what our test results have garnered. Do we have anybody open the floor for debate? You hear an individual familiar to show. It is the headmaster of divination, Dara Veldane. It is within my belief, as I've stated on numerous occasions on these daily meetings for the past month, that people should know. It is their right to know, and that is literally what our world is founded on. Without these incredible ideas and implications, there is no chance to find solutions to the problems in which we cannot fix. I do not believe there is a reasonable argument about here that keeping it secret will lead to the answers that we need. And he goes on with more very rhetorical. No. Yeah, it is rhetorical. Rhetorical arguments. Then stepping down, you hear another individual come up, and very small voice from the individual. I don't believe that. And then it joins. It's a baby. That's actually the trick. The master of the college is a baby. Baby legs, tiny legs, tiny legs. Sorry. I don't believe this should be deliberated. Sometimes information can cause people to do terrible things. As I've stated, my kind has been the target of many terrible things, from ideas people did or didn't understand, thinking that could provide wishes or provide enhancements to magical capabilities if you clipped our wings or if you took our feet, and it nearly ran us into extinction. This is something that we need more time to understand, and we have to have more solutions before we present more problems to the people at large. And more rhetorical argument continues. As people begin to do their points, everyone sort of gets a say. You see it then transitions to everyone gets a point, and it comes to Ashen Azurin. And she goes, you all know where I stand on this. It should be open for free discussion. Another headmaster stands up and goes with a booming, strong voice, you're too close to it. Her vote shouldn't even be acknowledged. We shouldn't have this gridlock. She isn't capable of making an unbiased decision. You're lucky I even let you have a decision. If you keep talking, we won't have gridlock, and there'll be one less person on the board. I'd like to see you try. I'd like to see you defend yourself. You hear a gavel hit down, and Delacroix goes, all right, enough flirting with one another. It is a point of issue that has been brought up, but to be fair, that is against the whole point of the court. If we have gridlock, we have discussion, and that is the point. That is why an even number of us have been elected. We've all made our points. A vote. Going through the votes, people yay and nay back and forth. Pardon me, until it's, again, 9-9 divide down the middle. People, some relief, some utter annoyance, some curse under their breath, one of which sounds way louder to you, a cursing for the vote failing. It seems like proximity is like they're right on the other side of the wall. You see Ashen then go, I move, since we've had a month of gridlock, to bring this to the... Bree is forgotten, Ashen is not forgotten. Starts with the P, what did I call it? You're the worst. You're the worst DM in the history of DMs. You fucking piece of garbage, you.
Annabeth noticed after that burn, you saw Sho just like put his hand over his mouth and go, oh! No sound, of course.
100% canon, but there's no sound.
I don't remember what it's called, but I'll call the electorate. I motion we bring it to the electorate and to the military, and then they can help break the vote as it was intended. We've had a month of deliberation, and here we are. All sorts of people start shouting, and you start hearing, no, they can't, they wouldn't know what to do with the information. It's an no. And other people are just like, I give it to, they're not even mages. Well, some of them are, and just like, you really think the general has any idea what to do with this? The moron will try and do something. It causes a whole stir, and you see another banging down with Baron Delacroix, and he goes, a vote. A vote. You've all made your point already. A vote. Everybody goes around again for a vote.
Point of clarity. We're not seeing anything, we're just hearing it, correct?
Yes, you can't see anything right now.
That's what I thought.
I'm letting you know, right? So you can just have an idea. If you want to see something, do you want to try to see something?
No. You keep saying see though, and I'm like, okay, is this a read thing or is this just...
No. You don't literally see anything. This is what you're hearing, and so what your mind's eye is seeing in a sense. Otherwise, me describing it as what you're hearing over and over again is going to get real hard for me.
Sure. Take it as a player, and then convert it to your character, and then convert it back to an image.
Beautiful. It goes around, and it's currently a 9-8 decision with in favor of moving it to the next deliberation with the other two. I guess it is branches of government, but this is not set up like United States government. It comes down to one person. And you hear, oh, down to me again. Sho, you recognize the voice.
Is it the College of Necromancy professor?
It is.
I'm shocked.
Let's go for it. I'm bored of this. The place erupts from the opposite side. 10-8. The vote is to bring it to the other courts now to decide whether or not to tell it to people. And how could you? You can just hear just like, you're done. You're absolutely done with me! Kazmu, you are dead to me! And he's like, I've been dead before. Well, not really, but as close as you can get. I'll bring it on. Come on. I live for this shit. Ah.
Oh my God.
As people are shouting and everything, there is sighs, frustration. The person closest to you, you hear under their breath, fuck yeah. All right. Now that we're all settled down, we have to present it, and we have to agree how we're going to present it. So let's recap. The item appeared to us a month ago. We found it in the mountainous regions north of Last Star, in the hands of a utterly charred and unrecognizable individual. They were burned to death. It appeared, through what we could get through with our magics, the individual is trying to hide this thing away from whatever burned and murdered him. Some curse took its life, and this individual was right to assume his life was not as valuable as getting this to us. What we could gather, which has lived through the burns, it was a follower of Zodos. Since then, we have parlayed with followers of Zodos, trying to reach the long departure from the Herald is of the most inconvenience. But we were left with our own tools. We tried banishing it, and it did not work. We tried destroying it, and we could not. And we have no way of hiding it. The best we have is what we currently are doing with hiding it. It is not something we understand, and since we are now bringing it into other realms, I think it is best that we start making a... You can feel the tension at the suggestion. A push to find the creators and have them help us understand as best we can. And you can hear, you know that isn't possible. And you go, he shoots back, there were others, and there are others that can help. Friends of friends, people have knowledge. We all do. You hear another voice go, it's not the same, though. It's nowhere close. It's not the same. And finally, you hear Ash and Azurin go, we're going to stop calling it like it's the boogeyman or something, and exactly for what it is. It's Skybreaker, and it's some version that doesn't require the elemental orbs of harmony. Whoever has taken and tampered with the direction, we need to figure out why this has returned to our plane, and why it's been altered, and how we can get rid of it. This was melted down and destroyed almost half... What's 500,000 years? Yeah, right? No, 1,000 years. 1,000 years ago. And here it shows up. My husband was one of the very few to give the ultimate sacrifice using such a deadly weapon. We know the creator is nowhere to be found and hasn't been heard from in thousands of years. The only people we know would be what seemed to be an unreachable Valkyrie somewhere among the stars. A herald that can never be contacted. And like I said, an individual that hasn't been around in modern history. Who's probably long dead and departed. We need a realistic course of action for why this is here, and we can't get rid of it. It is a problem. The rest of the court is just, quiet. Well, and then you guys are scared shitless by Talia, who is like, all right, ready? Ready to go?
Okay.
Did you get enough? Did you get enough? Did you hear anything?
Yeah.
Something
Let's
about
go.
something.
Baker.
Do you want us to say it right now, or do you want us to?
Do you know?
Of course I know.
Why wouldn't you just tell us?
I can't tell you. That's just come on. And so she starts guiding you guys towards down the hallway as a bunch of guards start coming down the same hallway with all of you, and she is just like, you guys are caught. You're walking by the guards right now. What is the group doing?
Are they like right
Keep
in front of
walking.
us?
They're walking right by, and you guys are you're walking on opposite sides right now.
Keep
Walking with a purpose, like I did to get into the restricted libraries,
Mm-hmm,
the sections of the library that I wasn't supposed to go into.
Give me a performance check.
I'm gonna say, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be over in the northern quadrant.
Okay, go ahead and make an intimidation check. With disadvantage, because they know where the fuck they're supposed to be.
That's fine.
I'm gonna turn into a spider and be on somebody's shoulder.
Sure,
And
pick
I will
somebody.
disappear with a spider in my shoulder.
Okay,
26.
okay,
21 performance.
okay,
21 stealth.
okay. Show, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna try to hide my face and be as stealthy as possible.
Stealth check.
19.
Okay. Matthias and Show, even though it's a straight dead-end hallway, the two of you immediately, as like Anfirth bursts out and Faith is leading the way, you're like almost in the shadow of Faith as you're going. And like there's no alcove, but like with the artistic cutouts all around the inner sanctum or the outer sanctum of the court, you're able enough to like in this moment with like cloaks up, pull yourselves together, and just become this like blob of impossible to catch. People are just moving. People move through the courts all the time, especially like this, unrecognizable. You catch the guards off kilter, and with Faith clearly going in a direction, they were going to say something, but you caught them before they were going to say something, and that's thrown them for a loop. And before they can say anything, you see Talia lean in, and he's like, he's not wrong. What are you doing? And you see the two of them are like, oh my God, we totally fucked up, didn't we? And like, they are just fear of God with the mages in front of them. And they just turn around and go the other way as fast as possible. Right you are. And bolt.
After they're out of earshot, I'll say to Talia, I had to try something. I was gonna get caught. Either way.
I like it. You all can think on your feet. You're all right. As then you go through the wall, and as soon as you get out, you walk through bushes and you go right into the mountains. And as you go into the mountain area, you find a little alcove of sorts that's far enough away, but she puts her hand to it, and then you guys are able to go right through as well into this sort of like not well furnished area, but moderately furnished area. And she's like, okay, we're good. Are we good?
I think so. They said something about they found a thing called a skybreaker,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't need orbs to be used.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means. Something about the god Zodos. I don't even know what that means.
Why didn't you just tell us?
I'm too close to it. The whole thing is too big a problem. If one of the star students chirps about it, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. People just
As
know.
far as I'm concerned, you told us.
Be tough to prove.
plausible deniability, right?
As hearsay, yeah.
She points over to Ganu again. I like you.
Might be, but there's a lot of, might be, but there's a lot of wizards around here, and I'm sure they could probe my mind.
Good point. And you see her go towards your mind and give me a wisdom saving throw.
11.
You forget. You see a strange, almost like ribbon-like substance come out of Anfirth's head, and you don't remember at all what just happened tonight. You remember aspects, but she's all completely gone from your memory. But you do remember the information now. You know the information, but there's no Talia in your memory at all. And the person in front of you is actually a stranger at this point. And she's like, do I have to do this for the rest of you? Or...
What did you just do to my brother?
I made him not a problem.
Let's just leave it, Faith.
Question.
Yes, favorite.
So they were talking about and ended up voting for bringing this to the other the military and whatever the other branch is. Do we just want to see how that goes first?
No.
See if they vote in our favor?
No, because people should put the pressure, because now we're talking politics. And think about what politicians do when they don't have the general public pressuring them. Whatever they want. And this isn't something we want to keep in their hands. People need to know.
Got it.
I feel like...
What is Skybreaker?
I don't know if everybody should know, but I feel like this should be something that's communicated to, like, you know, the heralds? Like, isn't this their kind of problem?
Why don't you give them a call? If they would get their thumbs out of their ass and maybe show up for once, that'd be a great idea. I don't know. Let me just send a message to the heralds. Hey, Aerie, you fucking sack of shit. Where have you been? Hey, Tullius, how come I haven't seen you in a few hundred years, you fuck? I don't know. No one's around.
Well, surely there's people who have met them before that could
Yes.
actually send them a message.
I think she actually did.
I don't know why I expected more from strangers, but this is... People have tried. People have tried.
What does this even mean? What is the Skybreaker?
Are you...
Can I make a history check?
Go ahead and make a history check.
12.
12. So, like...
16.
12.
The literal foundation of the new era definitely knows a weapon was made, right? But the name sometimes gets forgotten, right? Or called different things. So
yeah,
like
Saltadana Day, very important day. They used a
Yes.
weapon to defeat Melora.
yes, but it is pretty fucking common knowledge. It's called Skybreaker. If you got the right stories, you guys are halfway across the world, and you were also part of the merchant city where she grew up. So she heard a lot of different names for it, like the God Killer and super really lame shit. Reed made a really cool name, and that is the bottom line. Skybreaker would be known.
You hear a lot of like the individual stories, their own version of the name.
From whatever their cultures are. It definitely dawns on you, or at least it like Show for sure you know it. Matthias, you absolutely know it. And Ganu, I would say even you like are piecing together, like in your culture they called it something, and you're like, this is sounding a lot like that thing from the fairy tale that said I get to have free will, which is strange. And you're just a sucker to Anfirth of the product of your world. You... Does anybody have an ounce of education between the five of you?
Yes.
Well-
yes, we have education. This is just a lot to take in.
Thank God.
Of course, we know what Skybreaker is. probably called a lot of different things depending on where you are.
My God, if it's
Incorrect things, then, but fair.
a dumbed down version, that doesn't.
I don't even know how that's possible.
If it's
Show,
usable.
Matthias, what are you talking about?
Skybreaker, the legendary artifact used to destroy immortal beings. The one that requires you to sacrifice your life in order to use. The one that Zerian's husband used famously to help stop the last collapse. That one.
What?
Is this not common knowledge?
You can see
No.
she gets really mad at your response when you say that. She's like, are you fucking shitting me?
I know what you're talking about. I'm confused. I'm catching up.
Okay.
As in, how is this happening? Because, like they said,
I can live with that. I can live with that.
like they said in the room, it was melted down. It was destroyed. It was separated. Like, okay, I'm starting. Yes, I'm with you now. It's Shia. We hear a lot of different stories. That tale comes through very differently. Skybreaker was not a name I had heard for it before.
It's the correct name. She is wreathing in anger, and she was pretty calm and collected, but now she's like, she's fucking fired up.
Well,
But
regardless,
wait. They said it doesn't need the orbs of eternal harmony be used.
so that's bad.
That's very bad.
And
Can
how did they
any
even
schmuck
construct
just
this
use
thing?
it?
Who knows?
No, you still need the creation gems, which hopefully are safe with the fuck off heralds, wherever they've been.
So wait,
You
how
never
do
jaded the heralds.
how do they know it's usable then?
On top. Wait, you don't need to know that. You can see as you were getting there going from her anger, she's like, it's usable. You don't need to know the inner details of all this right now. You'd have the information, spread it. Just say things, get rumors, start a whisper campaign or something. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll just walk into town and just say, hey, there's a new Skybreaker on the loose. I'm sure everyone will be they'll be, perfectly sane.
That sounds crazy. And then it goes to another person and goes, that sounds crazy. And then the next person goes, but is it crazy? They haven't told us what it is. And then guess what they do? Hey, do you guys got a Skybreaker? And then they shit their pants because how did Joe Schmo over here figure out our deep secret? And it's fine. Hannaford, you're awfully confused about this woman in front of you saying these things.
I remember though that I remember the whole thing listed.
Yeah, everything. She's just basically a blank inside your mind right now. This is just some other person that clearly is invested in this, and now you're trying to gauge.
She just listened to it with us, and she got here somehow, and whatever. She's here.
Exactly.
I'm basically disagreeing with I think what Ganu said, where it's like the government officials should hear about it, and that's or I don't know who said that exactly. It was either Matthias, Ganu, or Sho, but the government officials should hear about it and decide what the populace understands and what they should know. But it seems like the vote is going that way. I don't see any way to. There's no reason for us to interfere at this time.
I disagree. They can't do it in secret. We can't give the military that degree of weaponry without people knowing about it. This item shouldn't exist. It threw the balance of the world in complete disarray for millennia. And
I don't suppose that the military has much power over the mages themselves who currently have it.
To be honest,
once it's in the political courts, there's only so much the Stella Court can do anymore. And General... Oh, I had the name. Oh, it was on the tip of my tongue. I will get back to the official general's name. I don't want to fuck that one up. But the general, when he gets his hand on it, he can do everything in his little pretty power to militarize it into any weapon he can or some deviation of it. This is power that belongs to no one. It didn't belong to the gods, it didn't belong to the heralds, and it sure shit didn't belong in the hands of all those that sacrificed themselves. It's too powerful.
Well, I'm more concerned with the fact that there's someone or something or some group or entity that was able to recraft this thing
Yeah, I
after
feel like that's the bigger question.
after the alleged schematics were disposed
Didn't-
of.
Didn't only oh my god, I'm blanking on the name.
L'Oreal.
No.
L'Oreal,
Are you
Brian.
asking about Shalmir?
Shalmir.
Shalmir.
Faith
would-
would have known this. I mean, wasn't Shalmir like literally the only, other than like they said the Valkyrie? Wasn't Shalmir literally the only other person who could have possibly known
How do you
the-
craft it? Yeah.
how the materials required? Like,
Yeah.
how does somebody have that knowledge?
Well, either
Because even if we destroy this version, who's to say they don't make another one?
there's-
Correct.
this is a fluke. It's
How do
you-
you don't
you-
know
you-
that for sure?
She is backpedaling as soon as you just hit that, and
You
the
do not
whole
know that
a
for sure.
whole thing just hit her, and she's like,
This sounds like some bullshit. Listen to yourself.
I mean, sure, let's say we do destroy it. Theoretically, we find a way. Who's to
Another
say it
one
doesn't
pops
show
up.
up again?
No. We need to find the root of the cause.
Like,
not
how-
just
how
attack
did-
this branch?
Yeah.
Who's to say there's not like 5 out there already?
I mean, they could have it all the way in a Tool and a Tet. Like, there could be one on each continent. How do we know?
And furthermore, where do we get this information from? How do we know that it is like a true thing?
Aye, and to go further, who are you?
I'm gonna put a hand on Adifurth's shoulder and just be like, just sit this one out for a moment, Ferdy.
she doesn't get mad at that because you guys have now just like. You can see there was walls. She had tunnel vision about what was going on, and you
Yeah.
just blew it to the side.
We're like, dude, this is way bigger than just that. So yeah, of course, it is an issue with the political courts and all that, but it's much bigger than that.
So
I mean,
it
at the
needs
very
to-
least,
it
I
needs
feel
to get out
like
to everybody. Then everyone needs to know.
I feel like
if there's more being made, everyone needs to know.
at the very least, the kingdoms across the sea should be aware of this.
Exactly. This can't be held.
We can't. Because what if a second one shows up in a Tool, or even a
Right.
Tet? What if in the villages of the lizard folk, one just drops out of nowhere, is just left there, and they just have it. Like,
Yeah.
no, they're not gonna know. They're not gonna have they're not gonna have the methods to prevent it from the kinds of people that could take it. I mean, there's all kinds of dangerous beings out there. I'm sure you know the history.
I know the history. There are spells that can tell you how many copies of something exist in the world. I can see if this is resistant to that, and then if I know how many there are, I can begin starting to track them down.
That's one of the few good plans that have come out between that meeting and us. That's one of the few first good ideas that's come about this. I feel like that this is being approached in the wrong direction. So honestly,
I hate to point out what might be obvious to everybody, but there's only 4 creation gems. Is that correct? From what you said.
Yes.
there should
Yes,
be, yeah.
There should be,
No
but what if
matter-
they can duplicate that too.
Well, there you go. But if you can't, then that's the thing to find.
That's a
no?
good limiting factor. Yeah.
I was also gonna say that as well. Each gem should be at least, what's the word?
Protected. Safe.
Just confirmed that they're still in the right hands.
We know at least 2 of them. We have no idea where the hell they are. And 2 of them
Alright,
should be
well-
just fine.
Well, being jaded isn't going to help that situation.
Hmm.
Maybe if we convey this information to the heralds, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, something might change. So we have a lot of different things we need to think about and talk about. And quite honestly, I want to sleep on it. And I'm sure other members of my group might want to as well. Is that all right with you? Can we reconvene?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too emotional.
Well, she did say it was up to us what we did with the information. So
It
Right.
is.
But I think it warrants having her in the discussion, though.
oh, I agree. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So
I'm
maybe
gonna
we
gather-
can meet tomorrow morning.
as much information as I can too, and we can meet tomorrow morning. Don't make too many
Perfect.
plans. We might have a lot of new stuff to do.
No kidding.
We paid ahead for a week, and I don't have any plans. So
The only thing we're gonna do is stop by a shop. That's
Yeah.
that's all we have planned.
Yeah, that's the only
basically.
thing we have planned.
Yep.
Literally it.
You're saying that like
Yeah.
it's not literally it.
I mean, the two of us still have to make our way to Ashaya at some point.
I'll take you there
well,
if you want.
oh no, Faith, you need to pick up your goggles.
Well,
That
that
I
too.
have to
That's a
report to my
separate
professor,
thing.
considering I've been missing for months.
Do that
Yeah.
whenever you
Very-
want.
Actually,
I can take you there. I'll drop you off or whatever you need.
I mean, I just wanted to go back and say hi. I don't know. A lot of
Hi. We're talking about. Is that
We
really...
we were abducted from our parents, the two of us,
Yeah.
by Tasha herself.
Ugh.
We have been traveling from Rumble for the last 2 months or something. I don't even remember at this point. We wanted to make sure that they saw us alive again.
Yeah. Can you just
I-
can you chill out for a sec tonight, please?
Yeah.
And
Let's-
not be so judgmental.
Let's talk
yes.
again.
Yes,
let's
you
talk-
can.
Let's talk again in
Thanks.
the morning, okay?
Breakfast meeting.
Breakfast meeting. Thank you for everything.
Yes.
I know there's a lot on your mind. but
There
we will
is.
talk tomorrow.
We will indeed.
It can wait.
I
8
mean,
hours.
At the very least, if we do say we want to bring this back, if we go to Ashaya, they have trade all over the world. This is the kind of rumor that would spread quickly from there.
Do you want to say hello to your parents tonight then? I can be
I
back
wanna s-
tomorrow. Pick you up.
I want to sleep on this information.
Did you not hear
Tonight.
what I said earlier?
I want to sleep
I
on
heard.
this tonight before we make our decision.
Are you
mean, if you-
afraid of something? Is that why you're in such a rush? If there's something you're not telling us, say it now.
No, for the night then.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Good.
She teleports a lot of you into the middle of the center of the college district and then teleports away. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, I'll push you there, Talia. Oh, I'll push you there. We're not gonna put up with that.
Erased my memory.
Also that, like,
Now you know how it feels, bitch!
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Ah,